other people in workshops. We've been making clarity stamps since the early 90s, these transparent see-through stamps, and I design them myself and we make them ourselves, and I get a great deal of pleasure out of that. But even more so, I enjoy watching people get to grips with their own art using our products. Now, a couple of years ago, we also introduced stencils to the mix, so we have a very comprehensive range of beautiful art stencils now.
Good morning, welcome along live to Hochanda on this Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, hope you're having a nice day so far. Gordon's here.
Good morning, Dave.
Hello,
good morning.
Good to see you. No Justin?
No, Justin's in bed. Justin, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. If I'm here, it's time to get up and finish that Christmas tree.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, two-day project for him, evidently. Christmas tree.
At least 2 days.
At least 2 days.
At least 2 days. You don't want to know.
Okay. Now, Gordon, of course, brings us Be Creative, Gordon and Justin, and what we've got for you are some great tools to help you get perfect results out of stamping, and some great deals in the show as well. To start off with, let's show you this. You get 2 of them for £11.99, which is a really good deal because they should be nearly they should be £9 each, nearly £18 for the pair. Yeah. And this is the Wonder Stamp Press. Tell us about this, Gordon.
The Wonder Stamp Press is to help anyone to get back into stamping. So instead of using an acrylic block and as you touch your card you distort your image 9 out of 10 times, this helps you do your stamping and hover your stamp above the card before you're ready to actually press it down. So you can never distort your image.
Right.
As we say on the packaging for this, now everyone can stamp. Simple as that.
And you've got all your measurements on there, and you've got your grid as well to help you align the stamp perfectly. Yeah. Yeah. Really clever idea. £11.99 then. You've got 30% off the price at the moment, and everything, remember, is guaranteed to be with you well in time for Christmas. So if you're still doing Christmas gifts and planning Christmas gifts, you can shop with confidence with us at the moment. 578681, maybe have one for yourself and one as a gift for someone else. But actually, it's quite a good idea to have 2 yourself.
I use this as a card layout tool, and I'll use one for like doing the borders and corners, and I'll do the other one for laying out the centre. So what you do is you line up all your stamps on it, you plan your card beforehand, so everything's laid out on the grids, and you're all ready to go. It's very simple.
OK, well, that's our first item, and a good way to start with a good 30% discount. Next, we've got the Stamper's Friend. Now, this has always been hugely popular, and here it is, backed by popular demand. You've got 4 big, strong magnets in there as well to hold whatever you're stamping in place. Grids, again, or measurements, tape measures along the side in millimetres and centimetres. It's just about precision stamping, this, isn't it?
This is about precision stamping, speed stamping, multi-layer stamping, if you like. There's so many things you can do with this. But again, like the stamp press, you cannot go wrong. Anyone can stamp with this tool, and we have got hundreds, if not thousands of people back into stamping, thanking us for what we have done, because nobody can make a mistake. It's impossible. Well,
£24.99 gets it to you, and we'll be demonstrating it in the show as well, so you can see exactly how it works. 710621, you do get the 4 magnets in there as well. It's got a magnetised base, so it holds your paper or cardstock that you're stamping on in place as well. 710621. Now, we've also got extra magnets. Now, these are brand new, actually, these particular ones. You've got 4 round and you've got 4 rectangular. Yep. So if you just want some spares, or you've possibly lost a couple or something like that, you can add these to your order. They are £9.99, perfect to use with the Stamper's Friend.
Yeah, these are the mini ones. The problem is, you're not always doing like a large card. You may just want to do one little piece to make a centrepiece, you know, a card topper. And sometimes when you're doing that, the larger magnets get in the way of where you want to stamp. So people asked us about this, and we came up with these miniature ones. They're still very strong. So in this set, you have the miniature round and the miniature rectangle or oblong, whatever you want to call them. So you can put them right at the edge of the card, and they don't get in the way of the stamp area. So if you're only doing a little card topper, these are better than using the large magnets,
Only £9.99. They're new today, new shapes as well. 801655 is your item number. The magnets are always very, very popular, I think, because people drop them, lose them or whatever, so you can stock up.
Yeah, and as you'll see in a few minutes when I'm using mine, we always try and cover our magnets in either masking tape or electrical tape. because when they jump together, as magnets do, it's easy to get them apart. It also saves them from breaking and things like that. It's just a good idea, a good tip.
Great. OK, now we've also got some stamps. Now, these are the stamps we're going to be demonstrating with in the show as well. So have a little look at these. The Be Creative stamp set. 3 sets for just £9.97, which is amazing value for money. You've got the wreaths. These are all kind of festive themed stamps. You've got the candle there as well, the baubles, the tree too. £9.97, £8 off the price. There should be £17.97. So what would that be normally? £5.99 each?
Yeah, £5.99 each.
So you're looking really at 3 for the price of 2.
Yep, and there's still time for those last-minute Christmas cards.
Absolutely.
I'll be doing mine on Boxing Day.
970 992 if you'd like them, and there are 17 stamps in there in total. Now we've also got the paper pads for you in the show, and these are here. They're 3 8x8 paper pads. You've got this one to start off with, and these are kind of generic all year round. They're not Christmas themed or anything like that, are they?
No. They're a good weight. I think they're about 180 grams. We actually think they're slightly better than that. They're all double-sided as well.
Yeah.
You get a whole selection of papers throughout, including card toppers and things like that are included in the set, which all match up to the papers.
All double-sided, like you said.
Yeah, this pad here is my favourite. It's a very subtle, like Victorian images. It can be used for so many things, but there's things like angels and cherubs in there. It's actually quite wonderful for Christmas cards as well, but it can be used for so many different occasions, really.
Gorgeous images, like you say. Really lovely. So that's that one. That's the second one in the set. And then it's 4 designs in there. So basically it's 4 designs, 6 of each. And then the last one is this one just here, which is the patterned paper pad. You've got things like honeycomb designs, again double-sided, so if one side's not to your taste, the back probably will be. Animals, fish.
All to do with nature. Again, this again reminds me of some of those old Victorian nature books.
Yeah.
By some of those really wonderful old artists, and the images again are quite subtle. None of our paper pads have the colours that are like in your face, if you like.
No.
They're all quite subtle because we found that people preferred that type of thing.
Well, 3 pads, £9.97. So working out to only, what, £3.32 or £3.33 each, something like that. 292,961 is your item number. 292,961. OK, now we're going to get on with our demo so you can see how all these wonderful things work. But we've got some storage for you as well. Now, these are always really, really popular. The storage that we've got here for you, you're getting basically 2 sparkle die storage boxes and 6 magnetic storage boards. So this is for your dies, obviously. £23.98 is the price. You can get an awful lot of storage and an awful lot of those magnetic sheets into one of those boxes. They're incredibly strong and durable. But you do get 2 and 2 sets of 3 boards. And that's 937,720. We've also got a special offer on the refills as well. If you want those, they're at a discounted price for today only, I believe, where you get a set of 6 magnetic inserts. We're going to pop those on the screen for you as well. So if you've already got the boxes, but you want to stock up on the inserts, it's a 6 refill die magnetic board storage. The white side is the magnetic side, OK? £11.99, £2 off just for today, down from £13.99. 930-075. Right, Gordon.
OK.
You've got the lurgy.
Still got, yeah, a little bit. Getting better, but it's just a little, so excuse me if I cough a little bit. OK, today we're going back to spray and emboss. In the last programme we did spray and emboss, and we showed people how it solves die-cutting problems, embossing problems and things like that. People have been asking us, what else does it do? Now, we've noticed that on Hochanda in the past few weeks, both Sizzix, Don Bibi, etc., have been doing wonderful flower-making kits. Which include, you know, the ball tools and things like that. And that's wonderful, being able to make all these flowers with these dies. But, you know, Dave, there's always been one problem about making these flowers and sending them through the post. Unless you put them in a box, which has to be quite thick, when they go through the post, the flowers will squash. And, of course, nowadays, with the postal costs, if you put them in a box, it's not cheap to send.
No, exactly.
So how can we solve some of these problems? Well, we have our little miracle product again, which is called Spray and Emboss. And everyone's now wondering, well, what's that going to do? What's it going to do? So let me show you the difference making flowers makes when you use Spray and Emboss. OK, and I'll give you details of them. It's a twin pack of Spray and Emboss. Basically, it's 2 250ml bottles, and it's £17.99. If I can just pass... Can you just pass it over? This is what one bottle looks like. There we go. So this was originally developed for about 15, 16 years ago, we invented it. At that time, die cutting was just beginning with spellbinders. We brought their dies to the UK, and at the time we were actually trying to do lots of embossing using dies and things at the beginning, and we wanted to do something to increase the depth of embossing, which is why we invented that. It wasn't at first anything to do with die cutting, but then we found that it solved so many problems as the dies became more and more intricate. People struggled to cut them. This solved all the cutting problems.
So it makes embossing much more effective and much deeper. It makes die cutting of the intricate dies that much more effective. You get a better cut with it as well. So those are the first two benefits of spray emboss. And you're going to show us another one now.
Yeah, because it actually alters the fibres in paper in card permanently.
Right.
And it lets your card and paper do things that it can't normally do.
Right.
So when it comes to paper flowers, you can do some wonderful things. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to be using the Wonder Sheets that we have, As we know, the Wonder Sheets are super tack and they're double-sided.
So double-sided adhesive.
And they are heat-resistant as well.
Yeah.
Justin and Patricia will be here on the 21st doing a wonderful programme with our Wonder Crystals and the Wonder Sheets. And we have been testing the Wonder Sheets outside in this very cold weather. And we've actually decorated a glass bubble with the Wonder Sheets and the Wonder Crystals. It's been sitting outside our back door for 6 months. Through all this snow and frost and everything, it's been sitting there, and we discovered what we thought, that the glass is totally unaffected by weather when it's covered in the Wonder Sheets. So they're actually weatherproof.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we weren't quite sure about it, so we've done this big test to make sure. And Justin, hopefully, will bring the bubble to you on the 21st and let you see it for yourself. So it looks like extreme weather has no effect on the Wonder Sheets if you want to decorate something and put it outside.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, another good thing we discovered. Right, so what we have done, we've taken a piece of card and we've covered it in the Wonder Sheet, okay?
Yeah.
We're just going to cut that. I'm using the Sizzix poinsettia die. I'm just going to cut this out now and show you what we're going to do. So I'm just going to run this through the Sizzix machine.
Now, the Wonder Sheets, if you want them, there's 15 of them. Double-sided adhesive sheets, basically, is what they are. But £11.99, which is really good, because I'd expect normally to pay at least £1 a sheet for something like that. So to get them for £11.99 is really good value indeed. And that's 373924.
Right. Let me just hold that for a second so people can see that that's been cut out. So this is a piece of 300-gram card that we have then covered in the Wonder Sheets, and you can see that that's cut with ease. That's the first thing to tell people. So we just take the pieces out. Okay. Now you're thinking, what's it going to do? What do we do with spray emboss? How does that come into it?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I really am.
Now people will say to me, normally with spray emboss, when we're using die cutting, embossing, we treat the card and paper. We're going to do exactly the same here, even with the Wonder Sheets on. So we take the spray emboss, we take the poinsettias, just aim it about 12 inches away. Okay, little burst on both sides, on each piece. And the last piece. Okay.
So remember, the spray emboss is changing the kind of structure of the paper.
It is.
That's how it works.
Now, we leave this for about 30 seconds.
Right.
I'm now going to take my ball tools. Okay. I'm just going to set that on there. I'm going to be working on the side with the Wonder Sheets, first of all. I'll set that on there. We'll do one piece at a time. I say about 30 seconds is usually about right. Doesn't take long. And then we can start working. So what we're going to do now, you have seen people on the programmes lately start to shape the flowers with the ball tools. Yeah? You can turn it, you can hit it, whatever you want to do. Shaping the flowers is your preference, how you want them to look. So if I just do that, I turn it over and do that. That's that one done. Can you see that? Okay, we'll just do all three. Let's do this one as well. But I say the problem is that we have seen the most wonderful flowers being made on Hochanda of late, which is great. But then people, we've been speaking to people, and they say the same problem about sending them through the post and the flowers getting squashed and things like that.
So when the spray emboss dries then, does that make the flower virtually...
Well, you're jumping the gun.
Oh, OK, sorry. I'm just intrigued, because obviously we've seen flower shaping before.
Right, OK. So we have sort of roughly shaped those flowers, OK. Now we need a heat gun.
Oh, right.
those flowers, the spray emboss is still damp on there at the moment.
Yeah.
And we now take the heat gun and we're going to rapid dry the spray emboss, which dries very, very quickly. Just turn over both sides. Now, what's actually happening here, the spray emboss is actually making the card shrink ever so slightly.
Oh.
Incredibly slightly. And believe it or not, it was quite a long time ago now on Hochanda that we discovered this. We didn't know this before. We had, I don't know how we discovered it, but we did one day in between two shows on Hochanda. So what this does, it's actually drying it very rapidly, but shrinking it at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So that's actually done. So what I want you to see is that has been turned, that has actually gone quite brittle. Can you feel it?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it's almost gone like a piece of plastic.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what spray emboss does
Wow.
when you're making flowers. So we can now form the flowers, and when you send them through the post, even if they squash slightly, they will bounce back and keep their shape.
How clever.
I haven't quite got an explanation for this. As I said, it was by accident that we discovered this happened.
Would that work if you didn't use the double-sided adhesive, or was that all part of it?
Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you two things, okay? We're going to do this flower quickly with the wonder sheets on it, just to show you what else we can do now. And then I want to do one in a little bit without using the wonder sheets to show you the difference.
Okay.
So you don't have to use the wonder sheets, but this is what the fact that you can actually do that with them, and the same thing happens with the spray emboss, is fantastic, because again, we weren't quite sure if it would work with the wonder sheets, but it does. It works wonderfully well. So let's just put that on there.
So it's helping you get a better cut from your dies, it's helping you get a better emboss from your embossing folders, and now it's helping you to get, I'm not going to say totally indestructible flowers, but certainly flowers that are much stronger, that can cope with a lot more pressure, like going through the post and so on.
Put that on there.
Wow.
Let me just press that in the middle. So we have now formed the flower. Again, if I just drop it again, it's actually gone like plastic. Okay.
It has.
Okay, so now the best thing we can do is start decorating this. Now, because we have used the wonder sheets, as we said, the wonder sheets are totally heat resistant, okay? So we'll start decorating this now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of colours. So I'm going to use the Star Night, one of our embossing powders. Yep.
Now, there are lots and lots of embossing powders from Be Creative on the website. They're in different sets of 4, sets of 3, and so on, in different colour options. This one is Starry Night.
This one's Star. Now, I've done that. Now I'm going to use some of our Wonder Crystals, because we've got some very wonderful Christmas colours in the thick crystals, and the thick crystals can add dimension. And we have a wonderful show on the 21st of this month with Justin and Patricia, not to be missed. The whole show is about wonder crystals. They have some great offers on, and I think people are going to be amazed at what they're going to see.
Okay.
So that's coming up soon. That's why I'm here today and he's not. He's getting ready for that one. So he says. Right, let's just take this out of the way. Okay, can you see that now?
Yeah.
So see how quick we did that?
Absolutely.
And you can see, if I hold it there for a second, that's now covered in wonder embossing powder and the wonder crystals. So what we're going to do now, we'll take the heat gun. We'll wait to see how quick this is, Dave. This happens very, very quickly. Now, again, the whole thing is holding its shape. It's not going to flatten or anything like that. In actual fact, the thing was like a piece of plastic before we started, but the fact that we've now been able to heat emboss on the wonder sheets makes it even more rigid. It becomes even more so, which is wonderful. So, you know, everyone's always worried about making flowers with the cost of postage nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Sending them through the post, because if you have to put a box, you're like about almost £3 in postage cost for sending something that thickness through the post now.
But also, it could be that you want to be making like table decorations or candle wreaths for the table, that sort of thing. Then this is going to be great, because it's just going to make everything last longer and make it stronger.
That's right. So there we are. It'll be a bit hot. If you'd like to hold that up and let people have a look, how quick? I mean, how quick was that?
Absolutely. And again, like Gordon said, it is making it incredibly rigid.
Yeah.
compared to just ordinary kind of quite flexible cardstock. This is now almost like plastic. It's got almost like an enamelled look to the top of it too. Wow. It's fab, isn't it?
So that's the beauty of using the spray emboss on your card to make flowers. I say once you take your heat gun to it, it shrinks. You can't see it really say it's shrinking. It's so, you know, so minute. But it does shrink and it goes rigid. But then being able to heat emboss on the Wonder Sheet, it's so quick to be able to do that.
So remember, you've got this unbelievable product that does so many different things for you to try. 2 bottles of it, so it's half a litre you get for $17.99. So it makes your embossing that much more effective. You get a much better result. It makes your intricate dies cut that much better because it's changing the structure of the paper, the fibres of the paper or the card. And now it's helping to make your flowers that much stronger. So if you do want to post them, they're less likely to get damaged. 240-796, $17.99 for the spray emboss. I know many of you, thousands of you, use this religiously anyway, but yet another way of using it.
Yep, and we're going to use it again now. Well, this time, we're going to use it with the Stamper's Friend.
Right.
And people think, well, what's it going to do with the Stamper's Friend? Well, let's show you. This is another use for the tool.
OK.
So this is something unusual. So we're going to take the Stamper's Friend. I'm going to remove the magnets. By the way, you can see here how we have actually wrapped the magnets up.
Yeah, in masking tape.
In electrical tape or masking tape, so that when you leave a little tab, it means that when they stick together, they just pull apart.
Yeah,
it
good
makes
tip.
it so much easier for people. So that's my top tip, yeah. OK, so we take out the foam base, and the foam base in the Stamper's Friend is there to give us a wonderful cushion base for using clear stamps. We don't need that either. We'll put that there. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to take some water-based ink pads, Dave, OK?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cover the whole of the base in ink.
Right.
People will go, oh my God, you can't do that, horror. Don't worry, it comes off. As long as you stick to what I just said, water-based inks, this is what you can do. So I'm just going to take some nice sort of Christmas colours here. OK?
So water-based inks could be Tim Holtz Distress inks, for example?
The Distress Oxides, they're fantastic. Basically, anything I think that's a dye-based ink pad is water-based.
Right.
So that's what you want to be using.
Excellent.
So, we'll just, off we go. I'm just going this willy-nilly over the base. And remember, we've taken the foam off first, so don't do this on the foam. OK, so we're just going to take various colours. You can put as little or as much as you want on here. It's entirely up to you what you do. OK, we'll just keep going with a few colours. And we're going to be using the spray emboss in a second as well. Okay. Now, every time you do this, it will look different. You never quite know what's going to happen.
Right. Must admit, I'd have never thought of using the Stamper's Friend in this way, so I'm intrigued as to what you're doing with it.
Yeah, some people think, oh my God, you know, what's he up to, what's he doing? But trust me, there is always method in my madness, as you will see in a second. OK, so I've tried to use sort of Christmassy colours to do this. Yeah, maybe a little bit more green. OK, now what we do is we take the spray emboss and I'm going to spray it on top of the colours. OK. Just like that.
Right.
Leave it a few seconds for the spray emboss to penetrate. Now I'm going to take a piece of card and put it over the top like that, Dave. And over the top of that, I'm going to put a waste piece of card because we're going to put the foam on top and we want to protect the foam. We don't want the ink going onto the foam.
Right.
And put that over the top and then just rub very gently over the foam like that. So what's happening here is the card that's impregnated with spray emboss is now picking up the inks. And there's 2 reasons why we have used the spray emboss. The spray emboss makes the inks merge in a way that we have never seen before, but there's another reason, and I'll explain that in 1 second as to what we're actually up to here. Because we're not finished with making our flowers yet. And you said a second ago, what happens if you make the flowers without? OK, so what we have done is we've picked up some colour on there. OK, just let me give this...
A unique background.
Again, to get the colours off it if you want, just a blast of your spray emboss.
Yep.
Leave it for a second and just wipe it, and it will take the colours off. All these distress inks, as long as they're water-based, which most of them are, they will come off the Stamper's Friend. so you don't have to worry too much about that.
By the way, just to let you know, the new magnets today, they're proving very popular because, like Gordon was saying, if you've got the big magnets, and sometimes they're a bit too big for the project you're working on, these little diddy ones have got the strength, but they've also got, of course, a much smaller footprint. So you've got 4 of the little round ones and 4 of the rectangular magnets, but they are incredibly strong, and do what Gordon's done in actual fact, and just put some electrical tape or masking tape over the top to make them easy to move around. £9.99, brand new today, 801 655.
OK, so we use the spray emboss because of what they do to the colours, and we get this wonderful effect. But we also used it for another reason. Because of the card has now picked up those colours with the spray emboss, the spray emboss has actually impregnated the card and they've done what we normally do. It's actually changing the fibres.
Right.
What we will also do now is take the spray emboss, and we're not going to touch the front that we've just coloured. We're only going to take a tiny bit for the back of the card.
So we always do front and back?
Yep, we always do both sides. So that part there is picked up the colours with the spray emboss, so well, that's fine. Just a tiny bit on the back. And what we're going to do now, we're going to cut that back out with the same die. OK, so we have our poinsettia die again. We'll just put that on here. So this time we're just using 300-piece gram card. We're not using the Wonder Sheets. We're doing something a bit different.
And it doesn't leave a coating on the die's blades or anything like that?
Not at all. No, it's totally harmless.
Good.
OK, so let's take these off of here.
Oh, these are great.
OK, so the last time we did this and then we spread them, but this time we don't do that because we actually applied the colours with the spray emboss and we spritzed the back of it. So that's all actually been done for us. We can now shape our flowers. You can take, obviously, more time over this than I do. You can do them from the front, the back, whichever people prefer to do. You can curl your leaves and things as well. So that's that one. Now, what we did with the colour on the base there, by picking up the colours, if you want to go a second and a third time and add different colours and then go back and pick the colours up again, you can do that as well. We just did it once there. You can go over and do that several times if you like. So if you think, oh, I'd like a bit more red, then go over a second time, adding more red or green or whatever, and pick the colours up. Just give it a spritz with the spray emboss again.
Your technique of actually kind of punching the leaves like that is really effective because it does look very realistic.
Yeah,
so a lot of people kind of do strokes, don't they?
I know they do. I mean, some people... Justin tends to do what you're saying. Some people don't do what I do. But, you know, if you look at a flower or something like that, it's never a perfect shape. It looks like this, you know. Right, we're just going to take our glue wand. No, we're going to take our heat gun first because we have to dry these perfectly. So we'll just give them a blast with the heat gun. And again, because these are impregnated with spray emboss, they're all shrinking absolutely in a most tiny way that you can't really see happen. But as the spray emboss is drying, they're going brittle.
You can see the cardstock move.
You probably can a little bit, but they're doing the same as we did a minute ago with the Wonder Sheets. They're going brittle again. So the beauty of doing this is they will hold their shape. So you can send these through the post, and even if they squash, they will bounce back.
Genius.
They will not squash all the way down. So that will do that. We will just get our glue on. Just add a little bit of glue. Just put them together, a bit there.
Now, we've got the glue ones that Gordon's using on the show as well, if you want those. They're coming up. And remember, everything is guaranteed pre-Christmas delivery, so you can still buy with confidence, no problem, if you're doing some last-minute present shopping. I say last-minute, where are we? 13th, aren't we? So still 12 days to go.
Do you know, if you'd asked me a few weeks ago, I would have said Christmas was about 3 or 4 months away.
I know.
I had no idea.
Well, you went away to China back, and Christmas
was not on our mind. Even we came back, we got off the plane, I said, let's have a coffee before we get out of the airport. We sat there was Christmas tunes playing. I said, Justin, they're playing Christmas tunes. I said, there's a Christmas tree over there. This man said, how long have you two been away? Too long. So there we are, the same thing.
Yeah, you can. I think you can hear it.
You can hear.
Listen. You know, it actually sounds like plastic now, and there is a rigidity to it that I would not have believed unless I'd felt it and seen it.
No, that's the beauty of spray emboss again. Again, we only discovered this by accident. Another wonderful use for spray emboss.
Yeah.
So you can make as many flowers as you want now very, very quickly, either doing that method there, or you can just obviously colour them by hand if you want to, but we're showing you another use for the Stamper's Friend as well, which can be wonderful. Or if you want to do them the other way, where we use the wonder sheets and then use the embossing powders, embossing crystals, etc.
So that's without the wonder sheets, it still works very, very well. With the wonder sheets, you can do that sort of effect, and equally, you've got the rigidity and the strength there that you otherwise wouldn't have on carved flowers. So genius use for the spray emboss. It makes embossing that much more effective. It makes die cutting more effective, especially with the intricate dies. It cuts much, much more effectively.
Everyone has drawers full of intricate dies that they struggle with. They might run it through the machines 8 and 10 times, then throw them against the wall. Honestly, spray emboss solves all those problems. And our golden rule is to run it through the machine no more than twice. If it doesn't cut in no more than twice, it means usually there's a problem with the die. Very, very rarely have we ever been defeated. Yeah.
And
easy.
It works, obviously, now for making flowers, making them stronger as well. So, a brilliant product. You get 2 bottles, two 250ml bottles of spray emboss, only £17.99, so £9 a bottle, basically, 240796. Put it to the test yourself and see just how brilliant this is. OK. Now, if you go to the website, you'll find everything that's in the show, and also things that aren't. There's various different types of magnets that are available, so if you don't really want the small ones, we do bigger sizes, as you can see, different combinations. Some magnets with the anti-static cushion is there as well. It's all there if you have a little look at hochanda.com, and you can see lots of fantastic stamp ideas from Gordon as well. And there's the paper pads, all of those, and the embossing powders we were talking about. You've got sets of 3, sets of 4, different colours, different effects. And there's the hero product that is the spray emboss. There you can see 5-star reviews from many of you who've ordered this in the past. Thank you for those. But it just proves that it really does what it says and above. It kind of outperforms expectations, which is always good. OK, so the stamp press, let's remind you of those. Now, these are the stamp presses. They're genius. You get 2 of them for one price of £11.99. So basically, they are £6 each at the moment. It is at a discounted price, saving you £6. And the idea is you put your stamp, whether it's rubber or whether it's polymer, on the underside of the stamp press. You've got measurements there and a grid, so you can line it up perfectly. But it means it's easy to stamp. You get a very, very even printing from your stamp every single time. So if you do struggle getting the pressure on acrylic blocks just right, this is going to do away with that problem. 578681, you get a pair for £11.99. And we've also got the Stamper's Friend as well. Now, this is obviously a big, big help for stampers, and it works in a different way to the stamp press. This allows you to do things like borders and framework and get even stamps and great position every single time. Now, you've got the 4 magnets that come with the stamp press. They're the slightly larger ones, but if you do want the smaller ones, we've got those available as well, look. And, oh, they like each other, don't they? Look at that. Hey, that shows you the strength, look. Actually, through the Perspex lid, that's how strong these are. So if you want the smaller ones, they're brand new. They're at the bottom of the screen, but it will come with the Stamper's Friend, the 4 larger ones. OK, £24.99 the price for that one. Again, tape measure on all 3 of the sides that you can see there. It is a removable foam base as well, but it means you can, of course, use your polymer and your rubber stamps in there without any trouble at all. £24.99, £3 off at the moment, special price, 710621. Then stamps that you can put in the stamp press. Festive ones, and these have always been very, very popular. Again, it won't be long before these arrive. Everything will be dispatched straight away if you order it straight away, so no problem with getting Christmas delivery before Christmas. £9.97 for all 3 sets. So that works out to about £3.32 or thereabouts per stamp set. And you've got your Christmas trees, you've got your baubles, you've got your candle and the wreath as well. All there, that's 970,992. 58 pence a stamp, because you get 17 there. Fantastic. 970,992. Then your paper pads we've got for you. These are 3 different paper pads, and there are in total 24 sheets, 4 designs and 6 of each design. So if you've got a favourite, you've got plenty of your favourites in there. Double-sided. They've got apertures, they've got lovely zigzag patterns, tumbling numbers, like that. Really unusual, lovely colours. And of course all of these tags can be cut out individually, so you don't necessarily have to use them as 8x8 sheets at all. You can chop into them. So that's the first one. Second one is Gordon's favourite because it's got that kind of Victorian charm and also quite a distressed look as well, which is rather fashionable and very beautiful and delicate. And it's got cherubs and angels in it as well. So that's that one. And then the final one down the end here is your nature. So this has got the honeycomb, obviously with the bees, very much a theme. You've got beautiful, rich chocolate brown on the reverse of that. There's your honeycomb. There's fish, deer as well, stags. Again, these could be little tags or toppers, which you can cut out. So there we go, if you like that. £9.97 for all 3 of the pads. 292-961. Now we've got the refill for the magnetic balls. These are on a special offer price at the moment. If you want to stock up on these, the white side, remember, is the magnetised side for your dies. You get a set of 6. Normally they're £13.99, but today they are just £11.99 for all 6 of them. 930075. Now, if you are in the market for anti-static pads, if you're doing your embossing, it's always a good idea to use this. It stops the embossing powder sticking to areas of the card that you haven't got the ink. £10.99, that's 529890 for a pack of 3 of those. Always handy to have those. And I've also got the tote with me as well, the tote bag. Now, this is Be Creative branded. It's actually stitched and embroidered on there, so it's not like a transfer that's going to come away. Really attractive, and there's so much space in there. What I love is everything's literally at your fingertips. Yeah. You can have it on your craft table.
I say Justin's normally here with his bag, and he can get everything, including the kitchen sink, in his bag.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, there's no lid to it, so you can have things that are quite tall.
Yeah.
If you've got...
The beauty of it is, in fact, I tell you what, put this in here. This is my bigger than A4 glass mat that we have. Yeah. Even that fits in the centre, and you can still actually carry the handle. It still fastens. Yep. So you can use an A4 glass mat, A4 card, etc., and you can still carry it with a padded handle. And you've got drawstrings there as well, so if you want to put maybe some embossing powders in there, it stops them from coming out when you don't want them to. Yeah. Padded handle, but I love the fact that you don't have to physically empty it all the time. You can just get to your craft room, pop it on your table, and everything's there at your fingertips. Yeah, which I like. It holds a lot of stuff. Yeah, it does. Take that back. And that is £17.99 at the moment, and it makes a really thoughtful gift idea for any crafter, especially one that's on the move. Take it, if you go to, you know, like crafting events like the NEC and things like that, you could be buying all your goodies and putting them in there and carrying them around with you. Yep. Right, we're now going to be looking at the Stamper's Friend. Right. Just a quick little sneaky peek preview for people. If you watch us, we're doing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day this year again for the 3rd year running. Fantastic. You'll see this for the first time on New Year's Eve. And this is the new storage case for the Stamper's Friend. I'll just quickly show you. It's a deluxe case, very, very nice. It holds the Stamper's Friend and your stamps. That's the inside with pockets. That's the outside, and that's all you're going to see for the 2nd. OK. Have to watch New Year's Eve. Not available yet. New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year treat for yourself, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, get Stamper's Friend for Christmas and then treat yourself to that in the new year. Yeah. Right, so Stamper's Friend. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a little bit of a card, do some stamping, multi-layer stamping and things like that. But the first thing we're going to do is similar to what we did before. We're going to take the foam base out. We're going to make like a little sort of Christmassy background. So again, I'm going to take my water-based ink pads, same as we did before, all over the base. And as we said to you before, don't be scared of doing this, as long as you use water-based ink pads, which generally speaking are, what did we say? Distress inks. Distress oxides will work. Any dye-based ink pads, dye-based ink pads are mostly water-based, and they will let you do this type of thing. And then it will wipe straight off the base of your Stamper's Friend. So this is just another use for the Stamper's Friend, but we find it's wonderful. What we're going to do this time, we're going to make a background, but we're not going to... We use the spray emboss, which gives you a completely different look. But this time, we're not going to use the spray emboss. We're just going to ink up the base, yeah? So I'm trying to use some reds and greens and purples on here. A little bit of that. Right, so once we've done that, take your piece of card. So you can go with spray emboss, you'll get a completely different look. Right. But this time, we're not going to use the spray emboss. We'll just put that on there like that. Our waste piece of card over the top, because we're going to put the foam on, and that's just to protect the foam, to make sure we don't get the ink going on the foam. Again, just press down. So what we're doing with our A5 card is we're now picking up the inks. Yeah. But as I say, you get a different look if you use a spray emboss spritz on top of the inks. But this is just using the inks on their own. So let's just pick that up now. That's our waist card. There we are. You can show people that. That's a
can you see it's a totally different finish to the one that we did a few minutes ago using the spray emboss. The spray emboss kind of moved the ink and made it more kind of faded, whereas this is more deliberate. You can see the square shape of the ink pad, can't you?
Totally different look.
More mosaic, that.
That's right. So we get our ink off there, put the foam pad back on. OK, and we're now going to use this as the base of our card.
OK, right.
So we will put that on here. I'll turn the stamper's friend round the proper way. Now we get our magnets, hold the card in position. Let's just put that on there. Okay, we'll put our magnets.
They are really strong, those magnets.
They are incredibly strong, actually, Dave. But, you know, they have to be, because think about it. We have a layer of card, a layer of foam. So the magnets have to penetrate everything. And we don't want, when you bring your stamp down with the ink, if you didn't use the magnets, what would happen is the sticky ink will pull your card up, and then everything's out of line, so you can only stamp once. The magnets will make sure that nothing moves, so you can do multiple layer stamping. So put that on there. First thing we're going to use is the Christmas tree. Now, I love my Christmas tree because we can use both sides. This is what we call symmetrical stamping. Any stamp that looks roughly the same on both sides, you can do this technique. So we will put the Christmas tree on there like that.
You're the first person I've ever seen to do this technique.
You say that every time.
I know. It still amazes me.
But credit's due to Helen Owen. It actually was something she discovered and then taught me. So, you know, I'm not going to pretend, but there we go.
And if you've not seen this technique before, I mean, it's going to breathe a new lease of life into your stamp collection you've got at home.
So we're now inking up the back of the stamp, basically, aren't we? The wrong side. People think, oh, he's gone mad. Well, maybe. OK.
Thank you, by the way, for your emails. Lots of you are emailing in, recommending the spray emboss, saying how good it is. So thank you ever so much for that testimonial, because if you were sceptical, don't be. Buy it, try it, and see all those wonderful things it can do.
Yep. So you now see how we have stamped that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that's actually been stamped with the wrong side of the stamp.
The back of the stamp.
The back of the stamp. So if any stamps that look similar on both sides, you can do this. Now, we now take our stamp and overlay it back over the image where it was. But this time, we have the proper side face down onto it, OK, so just line that up there like that. Bring your lid down. Again, press gently, pick it up. Now, the other good thing about the Stamper's Friend, when you're inking up normally, if you get ink on the lid, you don't want the ink touching your card if you make a mistake. With the Stamper's Friend, because the lid actually sits on the outside here, which is raised, the lid never touches your card. So even if you get ink on there, you don't have to wipe it off straight away. It will never touch your card. You don't have to worry too much
And also,
about
if people have got rubber stamps at home, they can use it with foam backing or without foam backing?
With the foam, that raises the height up to use any clear stamps. Clear stamps always work better with a foam base, every time. Take away the foam, and that's for using your clean-mounted rubber stamps, because that then gives you the additional depth. That's all you have to do.
But you can use it for both, which is great.
You can use it for both, OK, so let's put a little bit of ink on this. So this time, we're stamping over the image with the proper side, OK? I'm just going to do several times with this one. Again, you can do multi-layer stamping using different colours every time.
Because that stamp is going to be in exactly the same position each time it goes back down.
Yep. So we've now stamped over the Christmas tree. I'll take that one off. Can you see how we're building it up now? Yep. So now we will put some nice corners.
Now, we've had a message from Becky, is it? Who says, can the spray emboss remove dried-on ink from the Stamper's Friend? I suppose it depends on what type of ink it is.
As long as it's water-based ink again, yes, it will. So put it on, leave it for a minute maybe to penetrate, and then wipe it off, and that should take it off.
But it's got to be water-based.
As you've seen me doing there, once we've done our work, first thing I will do is clean the base quickly. I don't leave it to dry, really. It will come off, but I'd rather do it straight away.
So if it's water-based ink, yes, it will clean it, no problem. So.
But try and clean it straight away, don't leave it lying around. OK, so I'm now going to put some corners on. We've put another stamp on there. OK, so let's just pick a couple of colours. Let's pick some brown, because this is like acorn leaves. OK, stamp that on there. Okay, let's pick another colour, a bit of a more of a bold colour. Let's try this one here. I say you can stamp as many times as you want with as many different colours as you want. The beauty is nothing's going to move.
No, because the magnets are holding the card.
That's right.
And the perspex lid, of course, is a hinged lid. So
what I'm going to do now, instead of moving the stamp, I'm going to swing the card round like that. Again, we're using the side of the tool. As always with the tool, you try to use the card by turning the card, using the sides, but what you don't really want to do is be moving your stamp. Okay, you want to move the stamp as little as possible. I find that works best. So we'll add another colour again to this one.
what did we do before these machines came out? Struggled,
probably. Well, you see, that's why hundreds of people stopped stamping.
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
the problem. You would not believe the amount of people we speak to and come across who stopped stamping for those reasons, Dave.
And now they've fallen in love all over again with stamping because they get great results.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. So we'll just turn that round again. Let's just remove that stamp. Okay, let's just add a midi. I say, so you can build this up in as many layers, as many times as you like. Okay, use it as a card layout tool. So let's just overlay the Merry Christmas.
And these are the stamps that are in the show today as well. I know we're, you know, only 12 days away from Christmas, but at these sort of prices, for 3 sets of Christmas stamps you'll use year after year, $9.97 is a great deal.
So we've just put these 2 stamps on here. Again, off we go again. Let's use a couple of different colours. Okay, so we laid out the card, and then we picked the stamps up, press down gently. That. Let's just use one more colour, this one here. Press that down, like that. Okay, and just to finish it off, why don't we'll take that off of there now. So what we can do now is let's take one of our poinsettias we did a few minutes ago.
One of our new, stronger poinsettias with the spray and emboss.
We'll just take this, we will put some glue on the bottom there, like that. Let's just put that round about. Oop.
Very nice.
Okay, it takes just a minute for the glue to dry on.
And the glue wands, remember, are also available in the show as well.
But there we are. How quick was that?
Yeah, I love it.
So that's how you make a background, if you want to use the tool for that. That's how you do multi-layer, multicolour stamping as well. You can do corners, everything.
Just take a really good look at that Christmas tree, using the back of the stamp to create that wonderful green background, and then the decorative side of the stamp to put the baubles and the tinsel on the top. Really clever technique, I love it. And then, yeah, the Stamper's Friend just means you're going to get precise, accurate stamping, whether you're multiple stamping, whether you're doing different colours, it's always going to be in the same place each time. $24.99 for the Stamper's Friend. You get 4 strong magnets with the actual item itself. But if you want the smaller magnets, they're proving really popular this morning, actually. They're brand new today. And you get 4 round ones and you get 4 rectangular. And they're slightly smaller, so if you find the big ones just get in the way of your project a little bit, these are going to be a lot more discreet, but they're incredibly strong still. $9.99, 801 655 for those. Right, we've got, how long have we got?
How long have we got?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, OK. So the other question we get asked about the Stamper's Friend all the time is how big is the tool and what can we actually do with it?
Yep.
Well, the tool itself is slightly bigger than A5. But you are not restricted to what you can do. You can make banners as long as you want. You can do anything up to like a 12 by 12 scrapbook page.
Right.
So I have A4 card with me today. So I'm just quickly going to create a border on the A4 card to show you. So then people say, but surely if your card overlaps the tool, you're going to get like marks on your card. So let me show you this very quickly, and as you can see how it turns out.
Okay.
Yeah? The proof is in the pudding, as they say, isn't it?
Actually, this demonstration you're about to see is what really first interested me in getting a Stamper's Friend, because how else would you do it and get it so accurate?
Right, we're going to use 2 colours, so let's use, I'm going to use a brown, we're going to use a purple. So we're going to do 2 colours every time to go around the card, OK? So we'll start with 1 colour, stamp it, open up. Let's now take the 2nd colour. Remember, If it doesn't stamp, if you haven't put enough ink on your stamp and it doesn't look good the first time, you don't have to worry. You can go around this as many times as you like. There's no panic. You can do whatever you want because nothing is ever going to move. That's the beauty of it. Okay, remember what we said? To do this, we're trying to move the stamp as little as possible.
Yep.
We use the sides of the tool and we use the card. So what do? We turn the card, position it back up against the corner where it was before. Let's just pop our magnets back on and off we go again.
So the secret really is move the cardstock, not the stamp.
That's right. There'll come a point where you're doing this where you have to move the stamp, you know, but if you can make the card and the tool do the work, it's much easier. So again, now we turn the card once more, like that. Okay. Again, you can see the benefit here of having the tip on the magnets.
Massively.
You can see what I'm doing here.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
It makes it so easy. A lot of people, when the magnets jump together, I can imagine some of the words that come out of the mouth because sometimes they're not that easy to get apart. But if you do what I'm doing here, it makes the whole thing much, much easier before you actually start using the tool. Magnets are incredibly strong. They have to be. Okay, we've done that corner. So what we're going to do now, again, turn the card again, back up to where it was before. So we're now on the 4th stamp image, and we haven't moved the stamp once yet, have we?
Now, if you tried to do that by hand with an acrylic block, tried to get that stamp in exactly the right position on each of those 4 corners, it just wouldn't happen.
No, very difficult. That is the problem, and as we all get older, unfortunately, some of us start to not quite as steady as we used to be, you know.
Yeah, manual dexterity can be a problem for some people, so this helps.
Right, what I'm going to do now, I've done the 4 corners. I'm still going to see if I can get away without moving that stamp. So I'm now going to slide the card and put the card up against this side instead of the other side. Okay, magnets on again. Get that one on there. Okay, so we've done that, we've moved it. You can do a quick check like that if you like without touching the card. And I can see that that's all going to be okay. So some ink on there. Then on that. Second colour.
It's so clever. Such a simple device, but such a clever one.
Yeah. So what we're going to do again, we're going to turn the card again. Remember, we're using this side now.
Yeah.
So turn the card all the way around again. Back up again to the side of the tool. Back on here. Let's go again. So this is our 6th stamp image, and we still haven't moved that stamp. We're using the corners of the tool, the sides of the tool, and we're actually moving the card, batting it up against the sides. That way, we don't have to move the stamp so much. So we've done that. Now, there comes a point where you have to move the stamp, and we're at that point now.
Right.
So what we do now, take the stamp, reposition it where we want it to be, which is roughly, I think, about there. Okay, put the magnets back on again. Okay, so there does come a point where you have to move your stamp. Let's pick the stamp up again.
Now, Kim has just emailed in. Hi, Kim. Thank you for tuning in and getting in touch. She said her wishes have been granted. She can't wait for the new case to come out for the stampers from the beginning of the year. It's going to be New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Justin and I are, for the 3rd year running, we're doing New Year's Eve and the whole of New Year's Day.
And that case will be on the shows then. So thanks, Kim. You haven't got long to wait.
Actually, do you know something? We have great fun here at New Year. We really do. So if you have nothing better to do New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, watch us. It'll be good. It'll be a bit of fun.
Good, looking forward to it. I'm here New Year's Eve, so it might be you and me again.
It'll be fun, and you might learn something at the same time. You never know. We'll try. Okay, that one there. And that one there. Are we okay for time at the second?
Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes.
Have we? 3 minutes? Oh, we'll get it finished, okay. So we're now just going to finish the top. So I'm just going to turn the card round once more.
How good is this looking? How else would you do it?
To check, you can, if you want, just very gently pull it over without touching the card, yeah. But, I mean, how quick are we doing this? Okay.
Those magnets are lively.
They are very lively.
I think the magnets are more lively than any of us this morning.
In any metal part of our warehouse, you will find magnets sticking to everything. We find them in the most extraordinary places.
I
How
bet you
did they
do.
get there, you know? Okay, so we're now going to complete the last part. Now, this didn't take long, did it, to do a border?
No.
And this is a full A4 size card. And I'm just wanting to show people that it can be done, that you can do any size of card or banner or scrapbook page, anything you like on this tool. We did actually think about developing the tool in a much bigger format. We were actually going to go up to 12 by 12, but we don't have to.
No.
We can use this. And it's much more convenient, this size of the tool.
Well, it is a bestseller here at Hochanda. It's $24.99 in, look, how else would you get perfect results like that? Evenly spaced stamps, perfectly proportioned.
And there's no mark on the card,
Nope.
so the card is bigger than the tool. There is no mark. As I said, we can go as big as we want using this one tool. So, as I said, there was no need for us to develop a larger tool. The one tool does everything, really.
And you get 4 large magnets with it, of course, as well, which holds your work in place, which are invaluable. But if you want to stock up on the smaller magnets, they've been very popular this morning. First time we've had the rectangular ones. You get 4 small rounds and 4 rectangular ones, but they are incredibly strong. If I can just prise them apart. There you go. $9.99 for those. It just means that they're more discreet. So if you're doing kind of smaller projects or something like that, they're not going to get in the way.
No.
801-655. Now, the spray and boss. Thank you for all your lovely comments about spray and boss on the emails today, because everybody's raving about this. 5-star reviews on the website as well. If you were thinking it's too good to be true, it can't do all those things, it does do all those things. Tell us again, Gordon, the main things that spray and boss will do for us.
In fact, if you watch me at 10 o'clock, I'll do some different things. I'll do some embossing with spray and boss.
Yep.
It enhances the embossing 2-3 times deeper using any plastic stencil, embossing folders. It solves most of your die cutting problems with your intricate dies just by spritzing your card on both sides. You can use it for what we've done here with the Stamper's Friend for making wonderful backgrounds on card. We are told by customers it takes glue off scissors, it takes a lot of ink. Most inks off your rubber stamps apart from StazOn. Oh my God, it does so many different things.
And now it makes your handmade flowers that much stronger, that they're less likely to crumple in the post.
That's
so
right. Just spritz it on, and once you leave them for a minute, then get your heat gun, and the heat gun, with the interaction with the spray and boss, shrinks the card incredibly slightly that you can't see it, and makes it go brittle, almost like plastic. So for making flowers and for them to retain their shape, it's just amazing.
It was amazing. I was really, really surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it really does feel very, very strong and very durable. So if you'd like to go for the spray and boss, lots of you coming in for it right now. A twin pack of that, a half a litre, 500 mils in total for £17.99. Item number on it is 240796. And Gordon is back, of course, at 10 o'clock this morning with more great demonstrations and more ways of using the spray and boss as well. But the Stamper's Friend, remember, if you would like to get that now, maybe that's going to be a Christmas gift to yourself or someone else. The case won't be available until the new year. New Year's Eve will be the first time you'll get a chance to get that, but you'll know it's around the corner. So get the Stamper's Friend now, in case to come in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. OK, 240796 for the spray and boss. I'll be up with Craft Price Drop in a couple of seconds. Plunging prices, amazing bargains. See you at 10, Gordon.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
So yes, Craft Price Drop. Those plummeting prices begin in a couple of minutes. Then it's Stamping with Crafter's Companion, and after that, Gordon is back with more Being Creative, the essentials that you need for everyday crafting. And over on Crafting Market, it's DigiCrafting, the one-day special.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Pat.
And Mark.
From Totally Patched. We're a family-based business here in Shropshire. We've been established for about 20 years.
All of our kits come pre-cut, meaning all the fabric is cut for the actual people who want to make the items, whether they be cushions, bags, quilts or anything else you want to cast your creative memory or mind into.
Most of the kits we produce we design ourselves. The design process is usually inspired by the fabric itself. We only use great quality fabrics, 100% cottons.
So, whether you're a beginner or an experienced sewer or quilter, we hope we've got something for all of you.
Make sure you come and watch us on Hochanda.
Hello, good morning. Yes, it is 8 o'clock on Wednesday, our regular slot for a little bit of craft price drop. Now, it may be that you're watching us for the very first time and you're thinking, what's this all about? We don't normally do this on Hochanda. It's something we do occasionally, and you're loving it. It's proving to be very, very popular. Basically, what the show is all about is we're clearing the decks of some items that have been in the past very, very, very popular at a previous price. But you've got to get in as soon as you know that you want the item, because the price is going to plummet. I never know where the price is going to stop, and neither do you. The only person that knows that is our producer, and I never get told. So if you want something, you just get on the phones, 01733 797 100. It's a different phone number to normal, 01733 797 100, or go online to hochanda.com. Now, what you have to do is put what you want in your basket and check out. If you don't check out, you're not in the auction, but everybody pays the final price. No matter where you come in the auction, everybody pays the final price and the P&P of £4.95. Now, as normal, on the screen you can see that there are the item numbers, the product description. That will be the start price. So basically, that is the price that will be on our website, hochanda.com. But the interesting part is what's underneath it, because that is where you'll see the price go down. It will plummet. But where will it end? It all depends. When we get down to zero stock, that's it, auction over. But everybody pays the final price, provided you've either called us or you've gone online, popped it in your basket and checked out. You then pay the low price plus the P&P of £4.95. So that's the way it works. But if you're a Freedom member, you still, of course, have your postage taken care of. So all to play for, but you've got to be in it to win it. And that's a bit of a cliche phrase, but that's the way it works with Craft Price Drop. And today we've got some fantastic brands. We've got some tonic dyes coming up for you in just a second. If you fancy taking part, stay with me for the whole hour, because there are brilliant savings to be had. There are brilliant bargains to enjoy. And remember, everything guaranteed pre-Christmas delivery, so you can shop with confidence, knowing that what you get in this auction, you are going to get before Christmas. Okay, let's have a little look then at our first set that we've got for you, our first auction. We're talking tonic dyes, and we're talking fantastic header dyes. We've got Happy Holidays, we've got Merry, May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, and Winter Wonderland. So basically dyes from tonic that will cut out and give you these effects. You can paper piece with them as well. There's Happy Holidays, there's May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, and there is your Winter Wonderland as well. So you can use these dyes in lots of ways. You don't just have them as headers, you can actually use them along the side of the card as well, along the edge, and I think you'll agree they look rather lovely. So the top of the die cuts it away, and then the bottom of the die cuts into the cardstock. And here's another one as well, May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. Now, we're getting interest already. Now, the price on the screen, £32.97. That is the price. These are on our website. Let me just show you the dies quickly as well, so you can see exactly what you're getting here. Each one of these is worth £10.99. and you'll find it on our website for that as well. Happy holidays, may your days be merry and bright, and Winter Wonderland. They're good quality, they're fantastic sizes. Okay, let's show them to you. Let's show you the details to prove a point that they are normally £10. Here we go, look, we'll show it on the screen. Normally £10.99, there we are, look. And there are the item numbers to prove the point. Happy Holidays, £10.99, 258897. The next one, Merry and Bright, £10.99. Winter Wonderland, £10.99. Combined value, £32.97. So that is where we are starting at £32.97. Your P&P is £4.95. If you're a Freedom member, your postage is included, okay? So you don't have to worry about the P&P if you're a Freedom member. The way to get involved in this show, the best way to get involved, is to go to the website, hochanda.com. Pop this into your basket, check out, no one's card is debited until the auction is over, and everybody pays the final low price plus the P&P of £4.95 if you're not a Freedom member. £32.97 is where it starts. But where's it going? When you hear those noises, when you see those arrows, you know something exciting is going to happen. That's a plummet down to £24.77, a third off. That's our first price drop. That's our first plummet. £24.77 for those 3 dies. Interested? Hello, Joan in Sheffield. Sharon in Bolton, you're in. Sandra in Guildford. Hello, Sandra, good morning. Anne from High Peak. Don't know where that is. Hello, Anne. Sounds nice. Are you snowy High Peaks at the moment, maybe? I don't know. £24.77 is where we are at the moment, but you know probably by now that is not going to be our final price plummet. It's going to go lower. Pennies at the moment, maybe pounds later. I never know. I never know where this price is going to end. This is the exciting thing. I'm as in the dark as you are, and I am, honestly. £24.35. That's where we are at the moment. Remember, if you check out, that confirms your position in the auction. If you don't, then I'm afraid you could miss out. And so many people have missed out. Amazing bargains. We had a huge price plummet the other day. We may have some more today in this show. £24.07 is where we are at the moment. We're down now to £21.93. From £32.97 to £21.93, that's £11 off. And it's dropping down. From £32.97 down to £21.93, that makes each one, at the moment, £7.91 per die. The tonic dies. Tonic dies sell at the full price. Always. Very, very popular. You know they're going to cut beautifully well. You know they're going to last you probably a lifetime. And they go through all die cutting machines as well. No problem at all, size permitting. £21.93 is where we are. Remember, you're getting those 3. Happy holidays. Now, that could be not just Christmas. That could be for anything. May your days be merry and bright. Well, that's fairly festive, obviously. And then Winter Wonderland, all 3 of these dies, currently at £21.12 and falling. Over a third off the price at the moment. Just over £20 at the moment now. £20.85. If you want them, come in now. Hochanda.com. Put it in your basket. Check out, as you would do normally if you're buying something conventionally from us. Everyone pays the lowest price. It's plummeting again. The arrows are flashing. The excitement's building. Oh, my word. Under 20. £18.77. We're not far off half price. About 45% off. £32.97 down to £18.77. Don't miss out on this one. You're looking at about £6 and a few pence per die at the moment. Should be £10.99. For tonic dies, they always prove popular. We are just making way for new stock. That's what we're doing. All of these have been popular in the past. How many have we got left? Only 15 sets left. Wow, a lot of you have come in and reserved yours already. Congratulations if you have. 14 remaining. That's all we have left at the moment at £18.77. Will that price go down any further? I'm not in charge. My producer's got a finger on the button. Adele, hello Adele, morning. Jan. Hello Jan. Adele from Port Talbot. Lisa from Batley. I'm learning lots of new places today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking part in Craft Price Drop. 1877, we've got 13 spaces left. Is your name and address going to go on the packet? Are these dies going to be sent to you at an incredible value for money price? 1850 is where we are at the moment. 11 opportunities left to get in on this Craft Price Drop. We've plummeted to £18.50. Remember, order them as you would do normally, put them in your basket. The best way to avoid getting in a queue, because on our phones very often there are queues, that could delay you getting your bid in. We don't want you to miss out. So the best way always is to use the website if you can, hochanda.com. Have the telly on, have your tablet by your side, have your smartphone by your side, and make sure you put them in your basket and check out. You will only be charged at the end of the auction, and everyone pays the low price, plus that P&P of $4.95, or no P&P if you're a Freedom member. Sharon's got hers. Hello, Sharon. Good morning. Sandra, Anne, you're all in. 4 opportunities remaining to take part in this and to get those tonic dies for £18.50. We've got storage coming up in a minute as well, so a little bit of everything. 3 opportunities, 3 places in this auction, and then we'll move on. $18.23, it's dropped further. Is that the final price, or is it going to drop again? We've got 3 spaces left. On the phones, $16.96. You're all going to be paying the lowest price, plus the P&P if you're not a Freedom member. Of course, if you are, your P&P's taken care of. I would strongly advise you as well to join Freedom right now. 888-888. $6.97 is your cost for Freedom membership, because if you buy a couple of things from us on Craft Price Drop, you've covered your membership cost of Freedom, because you won't have to worry with the postage. 2 opportunities left. 2 sets of these dies remaining at $16.96. 1 left. I think that's the final price. Auction's closed. Congratulations.
Price lock.
Everyone pays that low price of £16.96 plus the P&P of $4.95 for non-Freedom members. Congratulations. That's the way Craft Price Drop works. Good, isn't it? Fun. Something a bit different. Right, now, storage. Now, we had some storage on the other day. Similar to this is going to interconnect with the storage if you bought those, or if you just want to start your storage collection right now. These are from Deflecto, so you know they're a very, very good quality storage solution. If I just show you here, these cubes actually come apart. Let me just show you how they work. There's actually this little dome here. This locks the cubes together, so you can stack them horizontally, you can stack them vertically. If you get 2 sets, you could very simply set them together like this. You could have a tower going up the side of your craft room if you want to. And to be honest with you, what you want to put in these is entirely up to you. We've got glue in here, we've got pens in here, you can put your dies in here. But if storage is a real issue, there's nothing worse than having a messy craft room. But from what I hear, most of us have messy craft rooms. This is a fantastic way of getting sorted and getting stored at a bargain price. If you want this Deflecto storage, you know you can get involved in the auction right now on the website hochanda.com, or on that different phone number to normal, 01733 797 100. At the moment, the price is on our website at £20.10. You can remove them, you can change them around, you can stack them on top of each other, you can have them side by side. We're getting lots of interest already, because you know by now everybody pays the low price with Craft Price Drop. You aren't going to be paying £20.10. Where is that price going to go? Where is that price going to go? At the moment, it is £20.10. Do you want this storage? What are you going to be putting in them? You can put CDs in these if you want to. If you don't want to store your crafty stuff, you can put CDs in there. They're big enough for that. You can put your DVDs in there as well if you want to. $18.90 is our first price reduction. Our first price drop. Our first price plummet. Probably is coming soon. At the moment, you're looking at around about £6.30 per storage cube. We've got glue in here, we've got pens in here, you can put your discs in here. Loads of you are liking the idea of this. You can order 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets if you want to. And remember, Freedom members don't have to worry about the $4.95 P&P. If you aren't a Freedom member, it's $4.95 postage for each of the items, okay? Down to $16.16 for 3 Deflecto storage cubes. You decide how you store them, how you stack them, sorry. You decide what you store in them. That's entirely up to you. Whether it's going to be your kids' toys, whether it's going to be all your brand new Sheena stamps that you want in here, whether it's going to be discs, whatever you want to put in these cubes, you can. And remember, you can remove them and change them around by just basically moving this little clip that's just here. Take that out. That then allows you to slide them apart. Lots of you are coming in. £14.62 is where we are at the moment. Now remember, lots of you are in and you put them in your basket, but you haven't checked out. That means you're not in the auction. Until you check out, as if you were buying something normally with a debit or a credit card. Check out, you won't be charged until the end of the auction, and everyone pays the low price, plus the P&P, apart from Freedom members. 30% of the price is gone, down from £20.10 to £14.18. Loads of you are in this auction already. Storage is always something that you desire. Storage is something that normally is quite expensive. Today, we are dropping that price. We're having a craft price drop. And here comes the arrows, which means a plummet's on the way. Where's it going to go? No way. Half price. £10.05 for 3. You don't get one for that. £3.35 per cube. Do you want 2 sets? Do you want to have 6? Do you want to have 9? Do you want to have a tower of storage in your craft room? Anne's in, Linda's in, all these names coming along the bottom of the screen. June in Manchester. Hello, Kathy. You're in as well, wanting these. Is this going to be the lowest price? Sheena? I wonder if it's our Sheena. Carla? Hello, Helen. You're in as well. Harriet's there as well. All of these people are taking advantage of craft price drop. How many have we got to go round, though? Lots of you are calling in, wanting this, and getting on the website, putting it in your basket. But please check out. That means if you check out, you have got your set of 3 storage cubes, and everyone will pay that low price. Now we're down from 50 available to 44. 44 sets available. The next 44 customers, hopefully you're one of them, that reserve your 3 cubes will get this at the low price. Everyone pays the lowest price plus the £4.95 postage. £9.98 is where we are at the moment, and 32 left. We've lost 18 of them in the last minute. Where are we now? £9.91. Better than half price for 3 Deflecto storage cubes. You haven't got a sector or a divider in here, so you can put higher things in here. You can put your CDs and DVDs in there if you wish to. Sort those out. But it's big enough for things like your glue, your bottles of glue. You can put your Nuvo drops in there. You can store all of your stamps in there as well if you wish to. Each cube could be a different brand, couldn't it? There's 14 left. That's all we have left. Wow, where did that go? 36 of you in the last couple of minutes. Down now to 12 sets remaining. £9.91 is where we are at the moment. I don't know if that's going to be the final price. I never know. 9 left. That's all we have. 9 left at £9.91. 7 remaining. Remember, if you go for 2 sets, you can stack them. 3 sets, you can stack them as well. Horizontally, vertically, it's entirely up to you. Next 5 of you through, on the phones or on the website. If you've got it in your basket, please check out. Barbara's in. If you don't check out, you're not in the auction. Last 2, check out if you can. 1 remaining. That's it, auction closed.
Price lock.
You've all paid just £9.91, plus your P&P if you're a non-Freedom member. Congratulations, one and all. Wow, what a busy morning. Are you enjoying this? We do this once in a while here at Hochanda. It's not, it's a regular thing on a Wednesday, it seems to be at the moment, at 8 a.m. It's a way of us just kind of clearing the decks, and we're coming up to New Year, so we're making, new space, or making space for new items. So that's what we do. And everything is incredible quality, as you'd expect from Hochanda. Now, what about embellishments? I love the variety we have here on Craft Price Drop as well, because we're going from storage to something you might want to put in your storage. Now, you've got so much in here. This is the Enchanted collection of embellishments. You've got 16 packs. There's 8 cards in this particular pack alone. But look at all of these self-adhesive toppers that you've got. Beautiful glittering on the frames as well. There's loads in here. You've got your leaves as well, adhesive leaves, silver and gold. So peel off and stick on. Don't know what's here. We've got chipboard toppers, double-sided. There's tons and tons and tons in here. You've got these rub-ons. Phyllis and Mary, you're in already. You're loving the look of these. You've got these wonderful rub-on lace embellishments. You've got frames. You've even got the spatula there as well, the lollipop stick as well, which is how you actually adhere them to your cardstock. You've got white lace and cream lace, black lace. There's a song there somewhere. You've then got these resin laces as well, which are self-adhesive. Going back in time, this is really kind of vintage inspired. You've got Victorian charms and cameos here. You've got metal embellishments like Victorian charm hearts. Again, more chipboard. They're all die cut. You just pop those out and stick them on. You've got little beautiful burnished flowers that you can see here as well. So all of this, I've actually got a big board. Let me just show you. Let me hold the board up for you. Now, look at this. All of those, hello, all of those embellishments on this board, what do you think they're worth? They would be on our website normally as a bundle for $46.99. $46.99, that's the starting price. But you know the way that it works. That's where we start, that's not where we stop. That's not where we end. If you want these embellishments, maybe you've never bought anything from Craft Price Drop before. If you do want to call us, if that's your preferred way of ordering, 01733 797 100. That's a different number to our normal number. 01733 797 100. You can order that way with the operator, or the better way to order, because it's instant, is hochanda.com. Put it in your basket. When you check out, that confirms your position in the auction. $42.55, we're starting to drop. We're down to $41.81. It's going to go lower. We're only just starting that Craft Price Drop, so you know it's going to go lower. If you want them, if you've fallen in love with the designs of them, if you love your enchanted Victorian look, if you love the vintage theme to your card making and your scrapbooking as well, brilliant for scrapbooking too, then this is something you've got to be in the auction to be. You've got to be in it to win it, as they say. In your basket, check out, job done, you've got your place in the auction, and then just watch that price plummet. And then you know at the end of the auction, your debit or credit card's only being charged the low price. Everyone pays the low price. Under £40, £39.72 is where we are at the moment, but it's going to go lower. The arrows are telling us it's going down to... That's all like it. 30-something. $33.89. 25% off, just like that. And I've got a feeling it's going to go lower. It is $33.66. Remember, if you're not in it, you will not get your embellishments at the end of the auction. It's only those that have checked their baskets out online or on the phones, 01733 797 100. At the moment, we don't have queues on our phones, but often we do. So the easiest way... Oh, we do, beg your pardon. There is a queue on the phone. So just a short one at the moment. If you want to get on the phones to order this, get it now. Remember, you will not be charged until the end of the auction, and everyone pays the final low price. That's why it's called Craft Price Drop. $32.28 for all of these. All that. £32.05. You've got metal embellishments. You've got chipboard, die-cut chipboard. You've got cards. You've got rub-ons. You've got cameos. You've got lace. It's all there, and it's just over £30 at the moment. Craft Price Drop on Hochanda. We do this more and more, actually. It's becoming a regular thing on a Wednesday, 8 o'clock. And everyone loves their bargains. And we just thought we'd mix it up a bit, do something a bit different. Rather than just go up and down the counter and do a sales show, let's have a bit of fun. The music's changing. What does that mean? I've not had my breakfast, it's my stomach. No, it's not. £30.21. It's going to go lower than £30, isn't it? It's going to go under 30. Nearly £50 worth of embellishments. It's going to go down to 20-something, $22.87. Are you interested now? You've got to be on the phones, you've got to be on the website, and you've got to be checked out to be in that auction. $22.87. Over 50% off the price for Victorian embellishments. They look gorgeous, don't they? I love my particular favourite, I must admit, are the leaves. The gold and silver leaves. The chipboard embellishments are lovely as well. The metal embellishments look good too. $22.87, better than half price. I wonder how many we've got to go around now. $22.64. Phone number, different to normal. Make sure you don't dial the normal number. Make sure you dial the special Hochanda Craft Price Drop number, which is 01733 797 100. It's not on the screen at the moment, but hochanda.com is the best way. Only 15 left. I don't know how many we started with. We've got 15 remaining, and $22.64 is where we are on the price. The price plummeted to £22.64. 15 remaining for, I don't know how many embellishments there are in total, but there are 16 packs. Different quantities in each pack. metal embellishments, self-adhesive embellishments, chipboard, die-cut chipboard. That lace, remember, this is rub-on. So it's not material, it's a rub-on. You use a lollipop stick to actually rub the actual lace. It then transfers onto the surface, whether it's cardstock, whether it's scrapbooking, whether it's maybe even furniture you could use it on as well. Ooh, the drama. Something's happening. We're 22.64 at the moment, but now we're going lower. 15 sets left, and the price has gone to, we're in the teens. Oh my word, 30 odd pounds off. 17.63 for all of these embellishments, 13 left. You're getting in now, you're realising this is just too good to miss out on. 17.63 delivered, remember, if you are a Freedom member without the postage. If you aren't a Freedom member, your postage is £4.95 per item on Craft Price Drop. And that's why it's such a good idea to become a Freedom member, because it's only £6.97 for membership. That takes care of your postage for a whole month, because it's a month's membership for £6.97. We're down to £15.40 now. 13 left, 12 left. Here we go. 12 opportunities to get these embellishments at a crazy price. If it goes any lower than that, I'll be amazed. It surely can't go any lower than £15.40. You've got over £30 off the price. 10 left. That's 10 sets of embellishments, quality cameos, quality metal embellishments, wonderful rub-ons, chipboard, die-cut chipboard embellishments. There's loads here. It is going lower. £13.43. I never know where it's going to stop. I see where it starts, and I see, like you do, where it goes. 10 units left. 10 left, that's all we have. We are moving on soon, so now's a great time to get in. Get on the phones, 01733 797 100, or remember the website, hochanda.com. Put it in your basket as if you're ordering it normally, debit or credit card. Check out, you won't be charged until the auction ends. Everyone pays the low price. 5 of those sets left. 13.43, the next 5 of you through, 4 left. 13.43, saving you £33 off the original price for all those embellishments. And you know that if you bought those separately, that's what you would be paying. We've all been there. 4 left, 4 kits left. 13.43, is that the last price? Is that the lockdown price? Ruth's in, Tanya's in. Who else? Terry, Phyllis. 3 remaining. Oh, we got another viewer from Finland. We had one from Finland the other day, so maybe it's the same viewer. Hello to you. 2 left. 2 sets of these. 1 left. It's going to go. It's gone.
Price lock.
Congratulations. Everyone pays the low price of £13.43. OK, what's next? We're going to go back to tonic again, actually. Now, this is something really unusual, and I love it. What you've got here are 2 die sets and an embossing folder, but it's no ordinary die set and no ordinary embossing folder either. Do you love your side stepper cards? If you do, this is going to be right up your street, because to start off with, if I just open it up, look, that is going to literally emboss the shape of your side stepper. Now, this is normally £9.99 on its own. £5.99, £5.99, beg your pardon, for the embossing folder, OK? £5.99. Also, these dies are the decorative element. Now, each set of these dies are £14.99, so basically a combined price of £35.97. So what this will do, if I just show you, basically what it does, the actual embossing folder embosses the lines where, of course, you actually fold mountain and valleys, and the die cuts out, of course, the actual decorative element just here. So if I just show you, Christine, Teresa, you're in. Congratulations. If you look at the front of the packaging just there, these dies cut out this shape. Normally, side stepper cards are just square, are just normally right angles or straight lines. But these dies give you the decorative edge, which is unusual. So you've got the decorative edge to the base of the card, you've got the decorative edge to the side of the stepper, and then, of course, the embossing folder embosses the lines that you fold. So you end up with a perfectly cut and perfectly folded side stepper, OK? So this is $35.97 combined value. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I like the idea of that, but I've never done that before, how does it actually work? You do get full instructions with the embossing folder and the dies as well. So everything you need to know is here, how you use the folder, how you use the dies, but really lovely to see a side stepper card with a decorative edge on the base and also up the side. Normally they're just straight-sided, aren't they? So on the website, and normally this, for the dies and the embossing folder, you're looking at $35.97. That is where we start this auction, not where we end it. It's where we start it. So if you'd like these dies and you'd like this embossing folder, now's the time. We started to drop the price. We're down to £33.40. Are you going to call us? Are you using the phone? Is that your method of ordering from us normally? Do it now. Get in now so that you don't miss out. Because if you don't get in, if you don't check out on the website, or if you don't give us a call and process your order, you're not in the auction. Everyone always pays the low price. So don't worry, you're not getting in, before the price is dropped to the lowest price. You won't be paying $31.69. It's dropping lower than that. $31.12. You won't be paying that either. It's going to go lower than that. I know it is. Where it's going to end, I do not know. It all depends on how many of you come through on the auction, but if you don't get in quickly, you're going to miss out. And remember, I know it sounds a bit odd to say it, but if you do put something in your basket online, on the website, it's not yours until you check out. If it's in your basket, you're not in the auction. You need to check out. That confirms your place in the auction, and it gives you the low price when the auction ends. Under £30. We're $29.41, but that is going to go lower. Here we go. What are we going to see next? What numbers are going to be on your screen any second now? £21.54, nearly £15 off the price. £14 and pence. 40% saving off the price, and you can now have perfect side stepper cards every time. Mary, Christine, Teresa, hello to you. You're all in. You've decided you want some of this. Sylvia's in. Maybe you've tried to do a side stepper card before using rulers and scoring tools and it's gone all horribly wrong. This is going to mean that you will get a perfect result every time. Decorative edges. And you can use those decorative edges in different ways, not just on the side stepper card, because as you can see here, they're basically a die that just gives you a lovely decorative edge to whatever card you're working on, whatever scrapbooking page you're working on. Now, the queues are a minute long on the phone. That means that if you call us, you run the risk of maybe missing out and not getting in the auction. When there are queues there, please use the website. That means it's quicker, it's instant. You check out, you're in. Hochanda.com. Embossing folder, 2 sets of dies. Combined value, nearly £36. £20.28 for both sets of dies and that A4 embossing folder to make sure you've got all the creases, all the lines, all the folds in exactly the right place. Under 20, we're under £20. 1992. How great year, my director's saying. Is that your birth year, Joe? 1992. Oh, my producer's 1994. That's even worse. My other producer's 1970. That's a bit better, yeah. I'm 1965. I feel great. 1992 is where we are. £19.92. Nearly half price. I feel really old now. Under 20 quid, and the quantity we have left, only 54 sets of these dies and embossing folders. Perfect side steppers every single time. You get the lines in the right place, you get the cuts in the right place, you've got decorative edges for the side of the stepper and for the base of the card. Perfect side steppers every time. 47 remaining. Get in and you'll pay under £20 at the moment. I've got a funny feeling it's going to go a little lower still. Jackie, Patricia, hello. You're in. I love seeing all your names down the bottom there. I'm not alone. Ursula in Bournemouth. I'll drop one in on the way home, Ursula. Sylvia in Cirencester. Lovely part of the world. Angela's in London. Sue's in Bracknell. So many viewers. All getting a bargain. We've got 2-minute queues on the phones. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is it means that if you call and you're in a queue and the auction ends, you've missed out. I don't want that to happen. I want you to be on the website. 15:32 is where it's gone now. That happened without me seeing it. 15:32, wow. 40 chances to get these dies and to get this embossing folder, but the website's the way forward. Have your smartphone by your side, have your tablet there or your computer. check out, put it in your basket. That's you in the auction, as all these other people are. Sarah in Chesterfield, Sonia in Exmouth, Shiona in Tayport, Linda's there as well in Basildon, Beverly in Burwood, Jackie in Clacton-on-Sea, Jean in Darlington. I love seeing who you are and where you're from. 15 left at 15.32. That is a £20 reduction and more, actually. Better than £20 off. 14.12. Here we go. Last 10 remaining now, or 11. Okay, we're on our way down. 9 left now. For perfect sidestep as every single time, decorative edges and the embossing folder. The queues are still there on the phone, so I'm really sorry if you miss out. Don't blame me. I did try and warn you. The website is the way to do it, hochanda.com. 5 chances left. And it's not just good enough being in your basket. That doesn't confirm you in the auction. Check out, and everyone then gets paid, or gets debited, should I say, the lowest price at the end of the auction. What a saving. £20 off. Yeah, over £20 off. Last one. Here we go. We're about to close the auction at 15.32. Who's going to get the last one? It's gone. Congratulations. Auction over.
Price lock.
I did that without moving my lips. It's amazing. 15.32. Yes, what you're paying, plus your £4.95 P&P. But you don't pay the P&P if you're a Freedom member. Are you a Freedom member? Have you joined this hour? If you haven't, please do. 888 £6.97 is your membership for a whole month. If you buy 2 things from us on Craft Price Drop, you've more than paid for your Freedom membership. We'll put details of the Freedom Club just down the bottom, okay? Right, now, Sheena is here with her one-day special in about half an hour's time, but she's also appearing in Craft Price Drop as well. Let me show you. Now, one of her most popular collections that she did was Day of the Dead. Now, when I first heard about Day of the Dead, I thought, oh, it sounds a bit kind of somber. It's not at all. It's the celebration of life rather than the opposite. And it's a massive phenomenon around the world, isn't it? Now, these are the embossing folders that were released from the Day of the Dead collection. Now, let me just put these into the stand so you can see them. Now, some of them aren't kind of related to any kind of Day of the Dead connection at all. That's just a beautiful frame, which you can use portrait or landscape. We've got this wonderful kind of castle scene. All of these embossing folders are quite simply stunning. Sharon's in, Angela's in, Yvonne's in. Morning all. $39.92 is the starting price. That's not where it's going to end. Each one of these, set of 2, would be $9.98, $4.99 each. See those musical notes? There's no Day of the Dead connection there really whatsoever. Just someone who loves music, someone who loves theatre, that sort of thing, would love that as the embossed background on their card. We've then got this wonderful flower with flourishes. That reminds me a little bit of like a really classy tattoo, for example. Then we come to the skulls. Now, this is obviously where you get the Day of the Dead connection. So if you want skulls embossed on your background of your card. We then have a very dramatic lightning strike. How impressive is that? We've then got the jagged barbs of brambles and so on. We then, lastly, I've run out of space, have our cobweb and flower. So what you've got here are 8 embossing folders, value normally £39.92. If you want them, you know what to do. Now's the time to call us. Now's the time to get online to hochanda.com to put these in your basket and check out. No one is going to pay $39.92. Everybody is going to pay the final low price. Look, so Baroque Frame and the Castle on the Water, $9.98. Musical Madness and Rambling Rose, $9.98. Skullduggery and Storm Brewing, $9.98. Twisted Vines and Web Flowers, $9.98. Combined value, £39.92. You'll get 8 embossing folders. We're starting to drop. Now, do remember, when you check out, if you're a Freedom member, you don't pay any postage. Same as normal. It's taken care of in your membership. But if you aren't a Freedom member, your P&P per item on Craft Price Drop is £4.95. So it makes sense to become a member of Freedom Club, doesn't it? $6.97 membership. You don't have to worry about the postage at all. Loads of you are coming in. Sharon from Bolton, Angela from London, Yvonne from Eastleigh. You're all coming in. And Yvonne's a regular a viewer and a regular participant. Anne's here as well. Anne's got every single lot this morning. Congratulations. You have saved a fortune already. Are you getting Christmas gifts? Guaranteed pre-Christmas delivery still on everything that you buy from us at Hochanda. So you've got 8 gifts, maybe, for crafty friends here. $33.92 is where we are at the moment. $33.54. How many do we have? I don't know. We'll find out soon. But lots of you are coming in knowing that the price you pay will be ridiculously low. Everyone pays the final low price, plus the postage if you're not a Freedom member. Lots of you joining Freedom this morning. Welcome if you are. You get your badge in the post soon as well. And you can enjoy your postage paid on everything that you buy from us, not just on Craft Price Drop. Ooh. The beats, the heartbeat. What's going to happen? Where's it going to go? 32.40. That's good. That's very good. Oh, you're such a tease. Push the button. Here we go. It's going to $25.46 for 8 of Sheena's embossing folders. How are you going to use these? Are you going to sand them back? Are you going to put your gilding wax on them? Are you going to ink them? Use them as like letter presses? There's so many ways of using embossing folders. And although the Day of the Dead sounds quite sombre, it's actually a celebration of life. That's what it's all about. Look at them again. Look at the designs you've got there. You've got a wonderful, start up here, you've got a wonderful frame. You then have a kind of castle in the countryside. Next to that, you've then got the dancing musical notes. Now, if that doesn't say celebration, I don't know what does. You've got the rose with the flourishes, the skulls. Okay, we're getting into kind of, you know, Day of the Dead territory there with the skulls. The lightning strike, the brambles, the cobwebs. $25.46. 8 presents. If you've got a crafting group that you want to buy Secret Santa presents for, 8 into 25. How much are they at the moment? About £3, just over £3. Yeah, 3/8 24. Yeah. Amazing. Just over £3 per embossing folder at the moment. All of these people on the bottom of the screen are in. They've placed their order. They're in the auction. They're waiting to see that price plummet further. But where is it going to go? We're at $25.46, but not for long. Going down, 3rd floor. $21.33. Oh, it can't get much lower than this, can it? Nearly half the price that we started at. And Sheena's embossing folders always fly. These are not on the show because they haven't been popular. They have been massively popular. $21.33. We have 44 sets of these left, and then that is it. Auction over. 44 chances. What part of the country are these embossing folders coming to? Nottingham, Maidstone, Port Talbot. They're going everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. 44 opportunities. £20.95 is where we are at the moment, but there's still 43 spaces in the auction, so I think I'm pretty safe to say we're going to go a bit lower than this. It's pretty good, isn't it? £20.95. If we stayed there, I'm sure everybody would be more than happy, but I think we're going lower. 40 units left. If you don't get in, if you don't get on the phones, if you don't go online and you don't check out, you're not in the auction. Apologies if you're in a queue on the phones. 01733 797 100. If you call that number now, even if there is a queue there, you should get answered before we close the auction. There's still 35 spaces left. It is a different number to normal. If you've got Hochanda on speed dial on your phone normally, please don't dial the normal number for this. It is a dedicated call centre that deal with this for us. 01733 797 100 or website as normal, hochanda.com. Pop it in your basket, check out. 30 opportunities, 30 sets of Day of the Dead embossing folders. Under £20 now. We've broken that £20 barrier. It is better than half price. 27 chances left now. 27 sets of those embossing folders left, then that is it. Down to 21. Wow. It is less than £2.50 an embossing folder. What would one of those be? How much would you pay for one on a shelf? $5.99? Normally $4.99 here. Elsewhere, maybe $5.99, I don't know. But certainly, a £5 each, I think is great value for money. You're looking at just over £2.50. We've 11 chances left. 11 spaces on this auction. How much fun are you going to have working with these? Inking them, sanding them back, using them as letter presses, embossing your art, your crafter's companion, the metal, the crafter's metal, you can use them on that. Emboss your craft card, look fantastic. Black card with the Day of the Dead theme, gilding wax, really lovely. 4 left, 3 left, 3 opportunities left now, and then that's it. We're moving on to our next auction. £19.87 is where we are. 2 sets left, 2 sets remaining. Down to 1 now. Congratulations to all of you. One more opportunity. It is gone. Congratulations to one and all.
Price lock.
What was the price you're all going to pay? £19.87 is all you pay for all 8 of Sheena's embossing folders. And she's here, remember, with the one-day special in about 20 minutes' time at 9 o'clock. Lots more fun to be had with Sheena and the gang today. Right, now, next. I was trying to work out what they'd spelt with these letters, but nothing. Look at the price on the screen, £53.98. We're going to start this auction straight away, but what we've got here for you are tonic letters of the alphabet dies. Now, these are no ordinary dies. They allow you to be very, very creative with what you spell, how you spell it, and the design as well. Because if I turn them round, look at what you've got. The die itself does 2 things. It actually cuts out the letter, and it cuts out a very ornate pattern around the letter. But what you have got is the positive and the negative. So basically, it cuts out that letter, and then the waste is that. So you've got basically 2 looks for 1 price. We have got every single letter of the alphabet here. Anne is already in. I think she's been in every single auction. We have a 3-minute queue on our phones. Please don't use the phones if you can help it, because that means you'll be in a 3-minute queue. If it takes 3 minutes for the auction to happen and close and you've not been answered in that time, you're going to miss out. Hochanda.com, that's the way. Get on the website, put this in your basket and check out. So you've got the Duo Cap Initials, the Pretoria die set it's called. You've actually got 27 dies here, and we're going to let you know straight away that we have a limited quantity of these available. 57 of them. 57 sets are what we have available right now, and you're all coming in for them, wanting them. You know they're going to drop in price. At £51.43, they're great value for money, because you've got 27 dies here. And remember, each die cuts out not only the positive, but it also cuts out the negative. So, as we're showing you here on the board, you've got the decorative negative, and then the very simple and plainer positive. You can paper piece with these as well, so that's a 3rd way of using them. Cut them out twice in different coloured cardstock. You'll then have a different colour B to put back in there. The price is going to plummet. We can hear that heartbeat going. Where are we going to go? We're in £50 territory at the moment. We're going down to £30. Didn't expect the drop to be quite that big. £39.87. So you've got now about £15 off the price, and they're going to drop further. We've got 48 spaces left in this auction to get the letters of the alphabet. When you want that fancy frame, it's there for you. When you want something a little bit simpler, a little bit plainer, you've got the actual cut-out letter. You've got the positive, the negative, paper piece them, different colours. If that's in gold and that's in silver, why not put the silver B into the gold frame? It would look absolutely gorgeous. So 3 potential ways of using every letter of the alphabet. And if I hold them up for you, oh, hang on. It's that beat again. That usually means something is going to happen that you'll like. A price plummet. Another price plummet. Those arrows are taking us down to £33.67, over £20 off the price. Look at the packaging though, because it's obviously the dies are back to front because they've cut out the other way round. So look at the packaging on the back. You can see how ornate those letters are. A through to Z, and you've also got, I think, the letter and the abbreviation for and in there as well. Yes, you have. So there's 27 dies in total. Sign writing, personalisation. Take these dies with you to your crafting meetings and personalised cards. You can even cut fabric out with these as well. Tonic dies do that brilliantly, whether it's felt, whether it's a single layer of cotton. So if you wanted to personalise an outfit and applique letters on the back of a shirt or a blouse or overalls or something like that, you could do that very easily. You cannot have too many letters of the alphabet, and these are some of the most unusual and ornate I've seen. Busy phone lines, 3-minute queues earlier. Please, if you can use the website, do. It's hochanda.com. This day and age, most of us have got internet access wherever we go on our phones. Maybe you watch Craft Price Drop on the bus, on the train on the way to work or something like that, because most buses these days have free Wi-Fi, don't they? Maybe you're ordering while you're sitting there waiting to get to your destination. Morning if you are. It is Craft Price Drop. We do this most Wednesdays at 8 a.m. and some other times during the week as well, occasionally. Oh, you thought 33.67 was where we're going to end. I don't think so. We can do better than 33.67. I never know where the price is going to go. That's not my decision. It's not my control. It's next door. It's the producer with the finger on the button, who's pushing that button feverishly at the moment, taking it to 26.84. Hey, it's 50% off the price. How amazing is that? 26.84 for 27 dies. It's less than £1 a die. 19 opportunities, 19 sets of tonic alphabets remain. 17 now. They're going quickly, down to 15. These are going to be a very quick sellout. Now we drop that price that low. Half price for tonic dies. Get yourself some magnetic sheets so you don't lose them as well. There's just one die per letter. So you haven't got like 3 or 4 fiddly little dies making up one letter. But it's a die that does 3 different things. You've got that openness, that open design. So in other words, you've got the letter that looks like this. Then what comes out of it is technically the waste, which you can use separately, and then paper piece using different coloured cardstock, and then put that one back in there in a different colour. You've got 3 ways of using these letters. Really versatile. Less than 10 remaining now. We've got 9 sets of these dies left. 9 sets. If you want to get in it, please do. You've got to be in it to win it, remember. It's our normal number, not normally, it's a different number, beg your pardon, not the normal number. 01733 797 100. That's our special craft price drop number to order on the phones. But better still, most of you order online now at hochanda.com. That will get you into the auction, provided you check out. Then everyone pays the lowest price, which at the moment is $26.84. 1 set left. Who's going to get the last set? You have. Congratulations. That's it, auction over. $26.84 is what you pay.
Price lock.
And of course the P&P, if you're not a Freedom member, of $4.95 on top of that. So that takes it to just over £31 if you are not a Freedom member. Join the Freedom Club though. I hate you having to pay postage when you don't have to. Right, now more embossing folders. Now these are, what the brand of these again? Crafter's Companion. Crafter's Companion embossing folders. Now these are genius. The reason they're genius is that they are generic backgrounds that you're going to use time after time after time, because look at what this achieves. Each one of these embossing folders is worth $7.99. Aidy's been busy, my floor manager this morning, has been busy creating this kind of sackcloth Hessian effect, because it makes your craft cards look like material. How cool is that? So that's the embossing folder. That one is worth $7.99. So is this one. This next one is, believe it or not, the veins of a leaf. Magnified. How beautiful is that? Maybe if you're doing a floral card or something along those lines, or a floral scrapbooking page, then that as a background will be fantastic, whether you're inking it or whatever. Nigel's in. Hello, Nigel. You're a regular, evidently. What about parquet flooring? That's what this is. How cool is that? And then, down the end, your pebbles. Where's Bam Bam? What a pebble background. There we are, look. Gorgeous, aren't they? So, you've got 8x8 embossing folders. 4 8x8 embossing folders. Normally $7.99 each, so that is best part of £32, isn't it? $31.96. There they are. And there's the item numbers proving that that's what they would be individually. Hessian $7.99, Leaf Vein $7.99, they're all there. £35.97 is what you should be paying for these. These are Crafter's Companion, really useful embossing folders to create those backgrounds. When you want the look of fabric or Hessian or sackcloth, or maybe you're going to be using Hessian and sackcloth in your card making, then why not have the background that matches it perfectly well? The leaf veins, you've got the parquet flooring, you've got the pebbles, all there, and all about to take part in our fantastic craft price drop. We've only got just over 5 minutes left on this hour to take advantage of these plummeting prices, but you've got to be in it to win it. On the phones, better still on the website. Let's get it moving because we're up against the clock right now. $31.96 is what they should be if you bought them at the normal $7.99 price. But what are you going to pay today? You know, lots of you now know how this works. You get in straight at the beginning because you don't want to miss out on these fantastic embossing folders. Down to £22, no messing. Straight away, we've knocked off nearly £9 off the price. 30% gone, just like that. Now, remember, if you don't normally make 8x8 cards, don't think, oh, I can't use these. You can put small pieces of cardstock in here. You can put little slivers and strips. You don't have to use the whole embossing folder all the time. You can ink them, use them like letterpresses. Sand them back. £22 is where we are at the moment for 4 8x8 embossing folders from Crafters Companion. They come individually packaged as well. We've taken them out of the packaging for you to show you them, but they do come individually boxed. So if you want to split them as gifts, maybe you've got 4 crafty members of the family, you're having a house full, you want to do special Secret Santa gifts and things like that. £22. $5.50 each they've gone down to at the moment. $5.50 per embossing folder. It's going to go lower. £20.64 is where we are at the moment for Crafters Companion embossing folders. You'll use these and reach for them all the time. When you want that look of wood, when you want that look of texture for nature, when you want the pebbles, when you want that look of fabric, it's all there in your embossing folder. We're under £20 now, down to 18. No, we're not. Down to £17 and 92 pence and dropping further. Where's it going to end? Where's it going to go? How many auctions have we got left before the end of the show? Maybe one more after this if we're lucky. Depends. Maybe only this one, I don't know. Depends on you, how quickly you get in. £16.58 down to £16.36. That's now £4 just over. £4 and 10 pence per embossing folder. Nearly half price. For embossing folders you'll use again and again and again. When you want texture, when you want that real reality look of fabric or nature, of wood, you can never have too many of those sort of embossing folders. £16.14 is the lowest price at the moment. Remember, postage is paid for and sorted if you're a Freedom member, but those of you that aren't a Freedom member, £4.95 postage. And welcome to everyone who's phoning and taking part in this from abroad as well. We've had viewers from Finland and across Europe today as well, so hello to you. Under £16. We've got bidders in. We've got Ray in Carrickfergus, Linda in Dumfries, Susan in Canterbury. They're all coming across the bottom of the screen here at the moment, all getting in, wanting these 4 embossing folders from Crafters Companion. £15.92. But how many sets have we got left? That's the important thing. Only 52 chances to get these embossing folders. 52 opportunities. We've only got 2.5 minutes left on the show. This could be our last auction. I think it will be, actually. Can't get another one in, surely. 36. We've gone down to 36. Just like that. So quick, these are dropping. Everyone wants them. Crafters Companion, one of our best loved brands that we have here at Hochanda. The only reason these are being reduced, we're just clearing the decks for the new year, new stock. Sometimes we just say, come on, let's move it out. Let's move on to something else that we've not had on for a long time or we've not had on before. Here you've got fabric, nature, wood and pebbles. All embossing folders. I love the fact they're printed so you know, at a glance can see what the impression is inside the embossing folder. 22 opportunities, 22 people, 22 spaces in this auction. 01733 797 100. Only 15 spaces now. They are going quickly. 14. Is your name and address being written on an envelope at the end of this auction, and then these going to be sent to you? Remember, everybody pays the low price. You know one pays £31 or £25 or £20. Everyone at the moment is going to be paying £15.70 unless it goes down any more. 7 spaces in this auction left for 4 Crafters Companion embossing folders. 6 remain. Website's always the way to go, and join the Freedom Club. That always makes sense. Save on that postage wherever you possibly can. 6 sets left. 5 sets left now. £15.70p. I think that's where we're going to end. Don't think it's going down anymore, so the next 4 of you in... Oh, yes, it is going down. Prove me wrong. £15.63. Itchy finger. 3 sets left. Everyone at the moment is going to be paying £15.63. 3. Last 3. Check your baskets out if you could, please. Pot it in your basket. Check it out as if you're buying it normally. Everyone then will be debited from their debit or credit card the final low price plus the postage if you're not a Freedom member. 1 set left. Gone. Auction over.
Price lock.
Everybody pays the final low price of £15.63, delivered for that price if you're a Freedom member, plus £4.95 P&P if you're not. Whew. And breathe. Busy show. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back a bit later on today. And remember, Sheena, who we were talking about a few minutes ago, she's here with a one-day special coming up right after this here on Hochanda. See you later. So Stamping with Crafter's Companion, yes, it's Sheena's one-day special on the way next. And then we have Creative, Be Creative, should I say, with Gordon. And then Let Leonie Loose. She's back, she's loose at 11 o'clock this morning. Lots more to look forward to here on Hochanda today.
Introducing Threaders' brand new Fox in the Wood fabric collection. The cute designs are based around a woodland theme. The fabric is 100% cotton with a colour palette made up of creams, greens, navy and warm orange. The CD-ROM features 7 beautiful projects, easy to follow instructions and video tutorials. So join us for the UK TV launch on the 13th of December at 6 p.m.
Hello, I'm Phil Martin. I'm a member of the Creative Expressions team. Sentimentally Yours is my brand of photopolymer and rubber stamps, and I also have my paper pads and Cosmic Shimmer products that coordinate perfectly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Hochanda, so please join me for my shows where I can share some of my hints and tips with you.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards. We are an award-winning family company based here in the northeast of England. We've been working with Hochanda since the very beginning and the launch of the channel, and we've had such an amazing journey so far. We've been bringing you lots of fabulous new stamps, dies, glitters, embossing powders, and we've got so much more to bring over the coming years too. Over the coming months and year, we'll bring you some fantastic new products to Hochanda. We'll be extending our die range and we'll be bringing you some fantastic new stamps as well, along with our gorgeous sparklicious glitters and some fabulous new colours in the wow embossing powders too. It's going to be a brilliant year, and I really hope that we'll bring you something that inspires you in your card making. Don't miss my shows and craft along with me on Hochanda.
Oh, very, very good morning to you. It's 9 a.m. live for a one-day special. I've just said to Sheena, sorry for being weak, because I said I just love them all.
Yeah, not alone though, Matt, because there was quite a few weak people out there last night, which is great. Thank you, because you loved them.
Oh yeah, I mean
these are brilliant.
These are brand new stamps from Donna Radcliffe, who you work very, very closely with on the designs, etc. On the design team as well. Donna, head of the design team.
She is just ridiculously talented. You know, she's not only has the technical skills to draw very well. They're all hand drawn, but she has a fabulous imagination. You know, she's crafted all her life. I mean, she is like the ultimate crafter. What she's done. Pretty much, you know, everything that I'm intending to do. She's like, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, great. So she knows what she's talking about and what she wants to bring to you as a crafter.
Yes, of course.
Look,
an
the
artist,
value.
a crafter, and I know we'll get onto that naughtiness, Sheena, of course. But the images here, Magic Garden, for example, with the dragonflies, my favourite we'll come back to in a minute, I promise you. But the fairy door just sticks out,
The big stamps as well. These are shrunken down a lot for this packaging. You've got a big, you know, a lot of information on that band there, so you're really seeing the stamps much smaller than they are. Like that's what I was referring to, is in the value is in the size of these stamps.
Of course,
they're not teeny little what I call confetti images. They're great for not just your card making, but your wall art. You know, just whatever you want to use them for.
Yeah, of course, Sheena. I mean, just every little bit of imagery here. I mean, the first one that just grabbed my attention was the toadstool house there, but then you move on and you've got the seed pods with little houses.
I think that may be my favourite. Like you.
Yeah.
And we all thought about with these because I changed with them. The first ones, mine, I think I still love the seed pods. Are my favourites. I love them. But the thing is as well is that there's stamps on here that nothing to do with fairies.
Yes.
So just florals and foliage. So, you know, for value, for range of people to send them and usability, they're brilliant.
We've got little spider's web there on one of the sets. We'll get to that as well. We've got toadstools, some wording and sentiments, and the big toadstool house, for example. Yours and my favourite,
yeah,
the seed pods with the houses in them.
The little windows,
little windows there. And then you've got a little bottle of magic as well, bottle of fairy dust. These are the florals you're talking about.
This is what we're going to use this hour, yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to mix it up each hour, so you can see it's easy, because this is the kind of set that you're just going to make pretty backgrounds and then just stamp, and it's going to work.
For sure, for sure. And then just looking behind as well, there's our fairy door there also for you. And the other set that we wanted to focus on was the one with the spider's web there, and that cherry blossom, I'll call it. And then you've got the fairy as well.
You know what my other favourite is? That little lantern, the string of the flowers on this one.
That
looks like a little, they could be lights, little lanterns, but they're little flowers, they're little, and they're gorgeous. There's a sample on the front of a canvas that also lights up.
Yeah.
Now, it's this one here.
Yeah, with the blue
so I can, that's it. Isn't that fabulous? Look, see those little lanterns cut out. Now, they're not actually too bad. Even I can manage that. But look at how it matches the flower, the big flower down there. See? The big flower at the front? And they just look like they would have little lights coming out of them. And I think they're fabulous. I love them.
It all ties in so beautifully, Sheena. The stamps are extremely busy on their own as well, so we must just point out that's nearly 60% of the stamp stock's gone already on their own. 60%. They're brand new today as well. Saving £5 on the stamps alone. £24.94 plus delivery to get those. If you just want the stamps, simply, if you've got lots of your sparkle pens and you're happy with those, 546 773 to get just the stamps. However, because that's nearly the saving on the one-day special, and if you know somebody who would love some sparkle pens, or if you want to top up as well, because remember, you know, with different items,
you use them and you want,
replaceability.
yes, exactly. And so if you, I mean, even if you just got them, they would be an amazing Christmas gift. You know, that someone's going to really appreciate that. But I would just keep them for me.
Just keep them. Actually, what were we thinking? Thinking about giving them away. Hang on, just reality check. So just to reiterate, your one-day special here today is comprised of the stamps, which are available individually if you want, but the one-day special is your vintage or seasons sparkle pens with your stamps. So it's the stamps plus an either-or.
That's
vintage
right.
or seasons.
And can I just say, this is my favourite offer we've brought you with a stamp and colouring product bundle. And that's honest truth, because when people ask me which sets I would recommend with the colouring products, it's sets that have to have yellow, blue and red in them. Both of these sets have yellow, blue and red in them. They've got the whole spectrum represented here. What we're looking at is the vintage here.
That's vintage now,
and they are gorgeous. This one absolutely flew, but that's the one I was using. I used for 2 shows last night.
Apologies for not showing both colour swatches at the same time, but I'm a stickler, and that's portrait, and this is landscape, and I didn't want to hold them both together.
Did you see how pretty one was, and then not how unpretty the other one is? The pretty one was the one. Should have had 2 pretty ones, but I couldn't find the other pretty one. So the other one, I'm just saying, is my working, but I did it for a purpose also, to remind me to advise to make a colour chart. See how I got myself out of that one there? Because you want to always make a colour chart. Don't go by the plastic colouring and the dye that they managed to get kind of as a reference. Actually paint the colours onto a swatch and go from that. Now, what you're seeing on the vintage sets is that one's been watered out a little bit, so you get an idea of how much lighter this can go to just the palest of pale pastel. On the other set, I just did a splodge of colour directly from.
Still stay sparkly, though.
Still sparkly, because that's the quality of that glitter.
Vintage approaching 45% of the stock gone. Oh my goodness, that's only after last night's launch shows. So, you know, that's a big, quick get a hold of it. That's the vintage, and there is the seasons. Do you see why I didn't want to hold them both together? Do you see? I did do it, and then I thought, no. I looked at that shot and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I used to direct. I know. OK, it was only news, but still, I was TV director back in the previous life. Right. So you've got your amazing stamps and a choice of your sparkle pens. Either one you're going for. They're They're amazing, amazing value, but like I say, we'll get to that. Look at these. Now, my favourite sample, it's impossible to choose a favourite, but it is sort of halfway. We won't get to it. We won't get to it. But I'm loving this as well.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Donna's.
Yeah, that's Donna's. You know, I demonstrated that one last night, first show, and it's so simple to do. If you can watch it back, check it out, because the thing is you'll see how easy it is. It looks like, whoa, that might be a bit advanced. It's not. If you have the right products and you know the right steps to do, you can do it. It's like a recipe. If you read the book, you can do it. There you go.
Did you say 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock there?
That one was 6 o'clock.
6, OK.
Yes.
All right, and that's Donna's work as well.
That was Donna's,
This is Lisa.
Yeah, full-on colour in the background there. Salt on the background to give it that gorgeous kind of like textured look. When the sparkle pens are still wet, you just sprinkle the salt on them and you get that gorgeous effect.
There were lovely seed pods,
yeah,
fairy doors as well.
This
fairy
is one of my favourites, I have to say. I adore this card, and this was the one I demonstrated at 8.
Right.
So this was Debbie's card, and you know what I love is that this is just one colour pen.
Yeah.
With a little bit of black soot distressing. So you think of all those 12 colours you have.
Yeah.
Just imagine being able to make something as gorgeous as that. Just one colour.
Yeah.
You've got all those other 11 colours in each set.
It's lovely, and to think that you've done that with just one pen, like you say, Sheena. And then this is Leanne's work now.
Yeah,
love how
again,
she fussy cutted the flowers.
Yeah, she's used alcohol inks in the background there for that kind of like pebbly background.
Yeah. And then look at this fairy door as well.
How cool is that?
Look at that, with the fairy just behind it as well. So they both work, both stamps that you can get hold of. The one-day special is a huge saving, $25.98 plus is your saving. It's like you're getting the stamps as a bonus on the one-day special. So if you're loving the stamps, grab the one-day special because they are coming to you as a bonus in a way because of the one-day special saving. Look at that.
This again is stunning. This is exquisite because it's got depth, it's got subtlety. Now, again, it's got the seed heads. See those little toadstools there at the bottom there, multi-stamped, so you've got the illusion of distance. If you like, and just saying, bearing in mind the vintage is the one that's been going after 2 shows. This is vintage. Right. So if you love those colours, go for the vintage. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Because the thing is what can make or break a card, I've always said this, is getting the wrong colour combination. Right. Yeah. With the vintage, you've got a fabulously stunning designer kind of set of colours that you can't really go wrong whichever combination you mix with them. They just work. So this is, and there's, you know, we've got from purples to yellows to that corally gorgeous pink there.
So you've just given the vintage a big shout out there. In the interest of balance, there is the seasons set. That's the seasons set. Just in the interest of balance there, Sheena.
Absolutely.
The seasons for the one-day special.
Both sets are amazing.
It's as if you're getting the stamps as a bonus if you get the one-day special. Yeah. Well, when you get the one-day special, because there's no doubt. It's amazing stuff that you're seeing here. I love all the samples we've already seen. They're phenomenal. And we haven't quite seen that one, so I'll put that back safely so I don't forget. We still haven't seen my favourite though, so stay tuned. Yeah, $15.92. It's a brilliant price to get so much here. It's your choice on the sparkle pens as well. This is your vintage option. So you are getting 12 of the sparkle pens. 12 sparkle pens for $50.92. It's amazing, really. And then you're getting that for $25.46 if you're going for it on FlexiBuy. And that's the seasons option, just with the different colours on the pens. So you're getting 12 sparkle pens, an amazing set of 6 sets of stamps there. And it's $25.46. $25.46 on your first payment of 2. And that's around about what you'd be paying for the stamps on their own. Details were at the bottom for those for you. We can give you the details separately on the stamps on their own. And they are 546-773, $24.94. I kind of feel bad saying don't get them, but even though they're available on their own, it kind of doesn't make, well, it makes sense if that's what you want, but when you get your one-day special, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, definitely. You've got mega value in the one-day special, but you know, if the stamps are brand new and ridiculously good value as well. So look at this. How gorgeous is this? This is Alison's card, and I just, again, another look. Now, if you just want this and you think, well, I'm going to send it to someone and they're not really, you know, they don't really want the fairies element. If you don't stamp this little guy here, this little girl here, you've just got a fabulous card that's got nothing to do with fairies. Yeah, so this is what I was saying about gorgeous full big floral images here that you can just use in your general mainstream stamping. So, but this is what we're going to show now because it's a different palette. Like I said, let me show you what recap. This is the first one. we mentioned, just so you can see vintage, full-on colour, actually brighter than Donna's original. I just used a stronger version there.
Okay.
And then this one here was the 8 o'clock.
Got it.
And this one was, cheers Matt, this one was the homage to Debbie's card, which I absolutely love. So just using the one pen with black soot distressing for that whole image there. I adore that, from one extreme to the other, and then to another extreme where we've got a different colour palette and a different feel entirely. There's not one card remotely alike.
No.
That's what I love about this set.
No, and
so
that's why you need to get the one day special, either or. It's the seasons or the
you can't lose it. It's absolutely fabulous set. So what we're going to do, can you see in the start of this card here, and to start with, there's a bright white moon there. It's not a full bleached moon. It would still have some colour behind it. It's actually as if the paper hasn't been touched. Okay. How are we going to do that? Going to show you. First thing we do is we start off with the right card. And by the right card, I mean either Sheena stamping card, which is what we've got here, which is a 300 GSM, perfectly smooth surface. It doesn't split when you wet it. It hasn't got a high chalk content, which is massively important. So when you go over with your applicators like this and your inks in a dry fashion and want the ink to move across the surface, it will allow you to do that. Chalk will grab it and fix it, and it's nothing you've done wrong. It's just the way it is. Now, what I've done, you'll see...
Sorry to interrupt you there, Sheena, but we saw you using a different card a few weeks ago, and the difference was remarkable.
It was the wrong card.
Glided across the Sheena
it just
stamping card.
grabbed, didn't it? I was like, whoa, straight away. It's not a... Wonder if this is the wrong card. It was 100% not the Sheena card. I don't know how it got in there, but, you know, it was just some construction card that I obviously hadn't. Might have been that I'm not as tidy as I maybe should be. I don't know.
But it was an amazing demonstration package. So grab Sheena stamping card while it's still in stock. It's
Alternatively, if you want texture, the watercolour card's a great option as well.
Yes.
So what I've done here, you might be able to see a faint circle here. My go-to, good size moon, sun, whatever. It's my gilded wax jar. There you go. If you don't even use the stuff in the middle, just use it. It's a great thing to draw around. Not really. So I've drawn a light circle. Now, to keep that really completely untouched, unblemished, I then went to my Pebeo drawing gum. Now, my jar has been, it's been well used. Look. So what you do is you literally just dip any brush in there and paint like this. Now, this is just a reference colour. If it's looking thick and opaque and a really strong colour, you're using too much. It's just there so you can see where it's going. Can you see? So you paint the whole thing. The next thing I did was I loaded more on my brush and then I tapped the brush like this. Because what this is going to do is add little drops, little dots of white that will stay super white. And when I paint over and remove it, they'll have the white card. But this is my favourite bit with this drawing gum. I'm sure you know that by now. Look, that there is revolutionary. That's massive.
Just to know that you can wash it through
the traditional stuff, you just would ruin so many ways. You have to have different ways to apply it, you know, little tools and things. Because if you brushed it on with a brush, then it was just a stick after that. But
that's a powerful demonstration yourself, because you're using your very precious Royal and Langley.
It's Royal and Langley. These brushes, this is the brush I'm going to be colouring in with now. Look, there's not... Just make sure you'll get little bits around the bit where it's gone a little bit rubbery. Make sure, though, you do clean it off the brush straight away. If you don't clean it off straight away, you've still got a stick. So don't think I can come back to it. Once it's dry, it actually repels itself. It's water resistant and it's water based, so it doesn't even like itself. So that's the brush there. Perfect, good to go. Right, now I'm going to pop that to one side because I already have this one, which is drying. And you know, it dries in so quickly, 5 minutes or so, that's ready to play with. Next thing, palette. I'm going to use the Seasons. Now, these colours you could say are autumnal, but they're just any, whatever colour you like, whatever colour palette you are sending this, whatever colours the person likes, you're sending it to, it's all good. So because they're sparkle pens, before you use them, always just give them a bit of a shake to wake the glitter in there, because glitter's obviously a solid, and it's going to settle in the pen.
And there's a lot of glitter.
The other thing I would say is, in my book, the product that it's got to be an excellent product to earn desk space. Okay, get these storage trays if you can, because the storage trays mean that the pens are going to lie flat and they're going to be there at hand, most importantly. Now, they're stackable, so it's a very small footprint and you can stack them as high as you want, so you know that everything you want to use is at hand and you're going to be able to not have to look. Because, again, if I have to look too much, I'll not bother. I'll just choose something else.
So I've got to say these are home of my Spectrum Aquas. I love them, and they really, really work. They're tiered as well. They're slightly, you can drop them back slightly if you want, and they're beautiful, really, really well made. The storage trays. You can hold all 48 pens in your collection if you wish. 959-788 to order these, and they're £19.99 plus delivery to get them singly.
Fabulous and worth every penny. You can store other pens in there. It doesn't have to be Spectrum. It could be, you know, whatever other pens you can. Because obviously water-based pens work with other water-based pens. You know, any water-based product's going to mix and play nicely. So, back to the project. I have 3 colours here. I have smoked quartz, I have harvest moon, and I've got moonlight. Now, have this large brush ready. This Royal & Langnickel, this is the biggest one in the set. It's the 1-inch flat brush. That's the brush that you go to for your paint and your background washes. Get some water on it, don't have it dripping. Right, I'm going to pop some of this brownie quartz on the top. I don't want too much on there, but I want some, and I'm going to put it on the bottom as well. Okay, because this is the strong colour, which can, you know, it's going to go a long way. I want more of the harvest moon. Woo! Maybe not so much of that. Okay, and then I'm going to use moonlight. Moonlight's going to be my main colour here. So I'm going across like this with this colour. So now, see how that's repelling there, that colour. Now, because I want to keep the moonlight quite clean, I'm starting in the middle and then going up to the other colours and then dragging just down enough, as much as I want. If I start with the brown, then the brown is definitely going to affect the lighter colour more than the other way around. That makes sense? Fabulous. So now we are going to, see, do the same from the bottom to the top. You can do that. Isn't that fabulous? You can just, it's such a, the technique is getting the right tools, the right product, and then just following the process. And you know what? It's a winner every time. That there,
flat brush and you sparkle.
I love that gorgeous colour there. It looks like a gorgeous sunset. Now, what I need to do, Matt, is I need to dry this, and that's not exciting to watch.
No, I
so, I'm going to, before I do, I'm just going to blot this a little bit on that moon in the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and dry. And what I wouldn't normally do is wipe up this. I would get another piece of card and pick up from the background. There's a tag I've started working on. We're using the vintage set last night, doing exactly that. Let me show you what it looks like. So don't waste that. Just always have a piece of card, tag shape or whatever. So I've started this project. It's not finished. It's the one we'll just keep revisiting through the shows. But you see that cool background? That was just that one colour when I coloured that card at 8 o'clock.
And it was colour that you rescued.
It's colours rescued, yes, instead of wasting. So I'm going to dry this.
All right, we'll show a couple of pictures of things if that's okay.
Fabulous, that'd be great, Matt.
The brushes, I guess, if you're new to the show and you've not seen these before, these are always busy and they regularly sell out as well. Sheena's using these brushes. The flat brush we used for our wash at the background, and one of the more detailed brushes we used for probably the number 6, we used for the masking fluid, the Pebeo drawing gum. These are artist quality from the great name of Royal & Langnickel, and they regularly disappear out of stock. So take advantage while they're in. They're Sheena's choice, and they have been for nearly a decade. Literally, she put this pack together nearly 10 years ago. $9.95 plus delivery, and it's $591,498 to order them right now. We've seen some fabulous examples already from our one-day special, and your one-day special is the 6 sets of brand new stamps plus your chosen set of sparkle pens, either the seasons or the vintage. I'll grab these cards back just in case I need to show you them, but I'd rather show you some of the examples from the team. Would you like to see these? Oh, I love it. This is Pamela's work. Pamela has gone glitter-tastic here. She's also embossed. That's one of the images from the stamps there. We've got those lovely fronds coming down. She's embossed those with a gold embossing powder, and then these lovely seed pods here. That's interesting. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's one seed pod that doesn't have a window. Yeah, she's obviously repeat stamped that because the bigger ones have windows on them, but there's one that doesn't have a window, so she's you stamp that 3 times. So windows if you want them, windows if you don't want them. And then look at this from Debbie. Debbie has recreated that lovely, lovely toadstool house. I love it. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece, that. And then the fairy here on the front of Lisa's work, the fairy with the fairy door, the florals on their own if you want them, and then that wonderful tag up there, fairy wings. A lot of the imagery is in silhouette, if you wanted to be the dragonflies and the fairy, both in silhouette here, and that wonderful backdrop. A lot of these using your sparkle pens as well, some using your alcohol markers, some using your Spectrum Aquas that are on the show, but many of them using the lovely sparkle pens that you'll see. Let's see who uses this. This is Debbie's as well. And then look at the colours on this one here from Lisa. Wow. Oh, I bet you Sheena likes this one because you've got the lanterns on there. The stamps on their own are very, very, very popular indeed. Over 60% of the stock gone on the stamps on their own. 546773 just to get the 6 brand new sets. And I'm not surprised they're popular on their own, but because they're brand new and they're lovely, but you're saving more than the cost of those with the one-day special. So again, this is the one that everybody seems to be going for. It's $25.98 off, making it $50.92 plus delivery. And you're getting the stamps, brand new, with $25.98 off. And it's your choice of either the vintage hues, which are there, I'll show you them close up in a minute, or the seasons, which are there. And the vintage hues here, oh, you'll notice with both sets, laden with colour, so you can draw them out with the water if you want. You'll notice on Sheena's project when we go back, so she just finished drying it actually, that you can lay your colour down really, really dark, but draw it out here to get the lighter tones if you wish, and they're really, really sparkly. That's the vintage set, which was used a lot last night, so if you want to see that again, nearly half the stock of the vintage set has already gone. That is a lot after just 20 minutes of the morning show and last night's launch. So yeah, it's busy out there, and lots of people coming through as we speak as well. And then the season set, we're using those more this morning, so see those rapidly going, I'm sure, with the colours. You've got your deeper colours like the autumnal tones, which we're using over here. Your wonderfully, wonderfully rich berry colours and greens over here, and then your fresh sort of aquas and mints down in this area here. Whichever set you're going for, they're just absolutely lovely. I know that I'm holding this one sideways now, but I'll just hold them in both together. There you go. You can see there. That way, both of them looking gorge. The one-day special is phenomenal value. I mean, there's choice everywhere. And if you just want the trays on their own, for example, the storage trays, they're available. If you want to get your Spectrum Aquas, they're available. And your sparkle pens, there's a pen and a stamp for everybody, and there's an offer for everybody here. The stamps on their own are fab, but the one-day special, the reason why we should go for it knowingly is because you've got the choice of your sparkle pens, either or, and you're getting your 6 brand new sets of stamps, and you're saving, making it like a guilt-free, because your stamps are like a bonus, because you're saving just slightly more, about £1.04 more than the price of the stamps. So you're saving on the one especially is big, £1.04 more than the stamps on their own, and you've got flexi-buy. So £25.46 is your price here, and then £25.46 next month in January, and you've got your one-day special, 553-473. And if you've already chosen your one-day special, don't think, oh, how can some people go for the stamps? Or, if that's what people want, that's fine. But I know that the value is there in the one-day special. 553-473 to order now. More inspiration on this video and right now, and we'll see Sheena in a moment. Gina. I heard you stop drying, but I've got carried away with the samples. I'm so sorry.
Well, you know what? It's fine because it got me time to compose and think what we're going to do and how much can we fit in. So we're going for it. Okay. Now, so what we've done is we've put something on there that's going to, when we remove it, make the card look bright white. But I want some texture in the background that isn't going to be quite as white. So even though we have dots on there that will be bright white, I want some dots in here that are going to be a little bit paler. So to do that, I'm full bleaching by just dropping some water onto the background, as you can see. And then it's one of those things with this, you've got to just try it and then see, yeah, that's great. See, that's about now. There you go. Now we've got some nice lighter texture in the background. So let me just dry that really quickly, and then we're going to remove this drawing gum, which is always the fun bit. I love doing this bit. And again, because this is the Pebeo drawing gum, it doesn't remove the surface of your card. So your card is still absolutely intact and great to paint and colour any way you want it. It hasn't changed the structure and made it more porous or, you know, anything like that. See there, see that little dot there? See where you wipe these away? They become much brighter. Yes. So it's a way of getting kind of distance and a little bit variation. See those little ones there? Just go ahead and just look for the little bits that you might have missed, and then once they're away, then we're good. Whoop, to go. So we can continue. Just get rid of these little bits here, because you don't want to pick them up on your stamp or your applicator. So now that's ready to play with. Looking pretty cool, I think. Oh, but you know what we didn't even mention? Hello.
The sparkle, of course, yeah.
Hello. Now you saw how much water I added to that background. Please don't think you've got to paint the whole background from the brush of the pen. You are using more product than you need. Yeah. Right. This is why you're going to buy quality, because you need less of it, and it's going to last you longer. Yeah. So
lay down your project, attack it with a wet brush.
Exactly, and that's where those Royal Langnickel's are worth investing in, and just, you know, just as long as you clean them, they're going to stain. They've got they're bright white when you get them, and they're brand new. They look really pretty, and then you use them one time, and they're not as bright and pretty. But as long as they're clean, don't leave them standing in water. It doesn't matter. Let me show you what I mean. There's one that's an older one. See?
You'd call that
that's
clean?
Been well loved. That's absolutely clean. It's absolutely, there's nothing on the bristles. Look at how they're springing back. That's well loved, that brush. I've used acrylic paint on it, which is tough on brushes, but it looks cool. This one's a little bit newer, but it's still got a little bit of stain on it. Yeah. All right, this one's been used a few times, but not with an acrylic paint. Acrylic paints are tougher on brushes, so you might want one set for your acrylics and one set for your watercolours. For under £10 for 5 brushes.
On the screen,
it's not a stupid thing to kind of think of, is it? So let's stamp this here to start this. Now my stamps are mounted onto my rocker blocks, which is what this is here, and they're stuck on the rocker blocks via the wonders of sticky spray. So that's what you're looking for online. It's a repositionable adhesive cut close to your stamps. You see how these are cut really close? The closer, because we don't have to put them on a foam background, it makes cutting closer to the image much easier and less dangerous and less likely to cut into your rubber. You'll find it far easier than back in the day when I used to have to cut it up with both. So yeah. So there's that. Now I'm stamping with StazOn. StazOn's a permanent ink, a water-resistant ink. It's solvent-based, so it means it's going to dry really quickly as well. So it means I don't have to hang around to carry on and carry on with the playing. So I'm just changing these little flowers around. I'm moving them, I'm tilting them, I'm moving them around so that you've got a little bit of variation. So these ones could maybe come in from the side there, maybe a bit higher, just so that it's not kind of symmetrical, completely symmetrical. Yeah, that looks pretty. Yeah, we're happy with that. So that's those ones stamped. Then we'll go to stamping the leaves on the top. So they're the main focal point. I wanted these ones over the moon there, so we can colour. Over the moon, Matt.
Over the moon.
Over the moon. And now this leaf, this is an absolutely, I love. Oopsies. Oh. We had a little bit too much tapping. I kind of dismantled the set. Yeah. This is such a good go-to stamp. You'll use this so much. It's a lovely shaped leaf, just a really pretty one that you can cut to. So all your floral stamps you've got, all your floral dies, you know, you need foliage for them. This would be a one that I would definitely be coming back to time and time again. Really nice stamp.
Yeah, that's a good leaf.
It's a good leaf, isn't it?
To colour. ready to stamp in a dark green, but fill in with a lighter green.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's good.
This one I'm going to have just hanging down a little bit further there, so that it looks, it's just a little bit, again, asymmetrical. Yeah. So now we've got the composition all sorted. We can stamp the dragonflies later. We can pop those in the fairy, because we'll show you what it looks like without the fairy. I know the fairy stamps, but like I said, if you just want to do a pretty scene, you can do that with these.
Yeah, there's lots of imagery in all the stamp sets.
Yes, definitely. There's such, again, I think value for money with this set. This might be, I think, Donna's most, best for value for money, I would say, for different looks and different people and different times and different occasions.
The way of defining that is by saying, look, strip away everything and think, if you're a brand new crafter, and even if you're not, just imagine you are for a minute, and this is the only set, the first set that you're buying ever.
Definitely.
You can make so much with it.
Definitely, definitely. So again, for Christmas, if you think somebody's wanting to get into stamping or just start in stamping, this would be a really, really, really good choice. And, I've been doing this for a long time now, so hopefully you know that what I tell you, I'm going to be coming back. So if you think, well, she told me a load of rubbish, yeah, you know where I am. And I'm not a fighter and I can't run. Yeah. So,
Oh dear. I'm not a fighter, but I won't run. I refuse to run.
Yeah, I can aggressively cry at anybody, but that's about it.
Aggressively cry, that's so funny.
Oh, I'm a universal crier, Matt. At any films or anything, I cry. You know the way crying's, laughing's infectious, isn't it? Well, yes, me crying. I mean, I can, my bottom lip will wobble anytime anybody's upset.
Oh dear.
So. There you go. So now what I'm doing here, Matt, is I'm going to go over these flowers here and I'm removing the colour. Even though they're going to be predominantly yellow, I still want to start off with as blank a palette as I possibly can. See these ones over here? This one mostly is absolutely, it's already white card, but I'm just going to remove some of the colour towards the bottom here, just so that it kind of evens out the playing field a little bit, see? It's less obvious there, that ridge. And I'm going to do the same with the leaves, because then I can pop, like I say, the colour in where I want it. So, looking pretty good. Already that looks nice, that looks cool. So, same thing. Now, the thing is, if you've got a lightish colour in the background and you're going to go over with a darkish colour, you sometimes can get away with this bit. If this was the yellow, if this is against the yellowy bit, and was painting the leaves green, probably wouldn't even need to full bleach, because the green would kind of trump the yellow.
Over,
it would be more powerful, so we wouldn't have to go through that stage. But you can do it really quickly. Now, the secret when you're full bleaching is not to, and this happens, in workshops, we'll say, go for it. You've got to just have as much water as you can handle, so that it's not going to run where you don't want it to be. And as little agitation of the card as you can actually, you need to do that to lift the ink. But sometimes what happens is you think, oh, I'll play careful, I'll play cautious, I'll just have a barely damp brush and I'll just go over and I'll just go over it again, then I'll just go over a little bit and then and then it's not the best thing, because what you're doing is you're telling the ink to release, and then you're giving it time to, and encouragement by roughing the fibres of the surface of the card to go back in. And that's why some of you don't have that, it doesn't lift as well as you think it should or it could.
Tell you what though, Sheena, power is in the demonstration. These are the lovely brushes you're using. They're available right now for £9.95 plus delivery. I'm extremely busy for those. Your round brushes are sizes 3 and 6. You'll use those every day. And then your shader brushes are 8 and 2 sizes. And then you've got, you've got your wash brushes as well. The wash brush. But your shader brushes are size 8, so it's the biggest one. And then your 2 wash brushes are the 2 flat ones. 591498 is your item number, and it's £9.95 for the set. Also, Sheena, you've been really, I suppose, I don't know, you've been quite mean to that Sheena stamping card.
Oh, really mean to it?
You put plenty of drawing gum on it, you rubbed it off,
we've washed it with a lot of water, a lot of liquid. We've then full bleached it again. So we've put it through its paces.
See what I mean about this powerful demonstration? When you show something being used, you know, you don't just say, oh yeah, that's really good, that is.
Well, that's me. I've got to be honest, if I'm shopping, and I do, I shop from Hochanda, I told you, you all know about my silver.
Yeah, the jewellery that you've made as well.
And then my storage, and the chocolate, thanks Leonie. Yeah, I bought the chocolate as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, got it. into the chocolate.
Don't watch the coffee
Must I
programme.
watch it again? I've seen that. It's on my list. I really seriously want
The
it.
Cafe de Artist.
I wanted to watch Yanis's follow-up show because he had
Yeah.
about 10 cups of coffee, I think, in the show. And Yanis isn't like exactly, you know, laid back anyway. Funny. But yes, so this is what I was saying. I want to see and I want to judge for myself, and hopefully you can see that. That there looks beautiful. I could leave that now. I could say that's cool, that's done, that's pretty. I'm going to pop it on a mat, and that would be perfectly acceptable. I'll tell you what would be fabulous though is if you have a crystal overlay. You know, the crystal sparkle overlay, and pop it on the flowers and the leaves so that everything's still sparkly, so that you can just still have the bling there, because obviously where you've removed it, you removed the bling. But that's not where we're leaving it, but I'm going to just regroup if I can.
Okay,
How does that sound?
Sheena. I'll use that as an opportunity just to mention the crystal clear overlay pens are on the left-hand side of the screen at the moment, 920619, and they're £12.99 plus delivery to get them. And then the stamps as well. I feel bad mentioning the stamps on their own because I feel publicly dutied to say that you can get save more than the cost of the stamps when you get the one-day special. But just so that you know you've got all options on the table, you can get the stamps on their own if you want. 2/3 of the stock gone, which shows you that people are choosing to get them as well as the one-day special. £24.94 plus delivery, and it's £5 off there. 546773 to order your stamps on their own. I'm so sorry if you're struggling to get through on the phone. You know what it's like being on hold for ages, but it's only 5 minutes. And I know 5 minutes, it sounds like a long time because we say, oh, we've got 2-minute queues, 3-minute queues, order on the web. But if you'd rather order on the phone, it is only 5 minutes that you'd be hanging on, so hopefully that's okay with you. But do order on the web if you can, hochanda.com. Avoid the queues if possible, because it's on the one hand, it's a long time to wait, and on the other hand, it's for the offer that you've got, it's no time at all. So hopefully you're okay, and you've got your one-day special already because it is going fast. It's bananas out there with the number of people that are getting theirs. So you've got your stamps available on their own, as we've just said. However, you will save more than the cost of the stamps. Just down here, £25.98, more than the stamps cost on their own. The price of the stamps on their own is £24.94, but you're saving in the one-day special is £25.98 because you're choosing either or. And the either option is your vintage colour hues. I'll show you these closer up in just a moment, but there they are for now. That's the vintage colour hues. So that's your either for £25.46, and then a similar payment in a month's time. And this is your or, the seasons colours. So it's either or on your colours. May I show you even more examples from the artwork? We've shown all of these already down here. They're all my favourites, don't get me wrong, but I've got my favourite still to come, and it's just one that made me go, oh. So here we go. Leanne's work. Love this as well. Hot apple greens here, and you don't normally hear that, do you? You normally hear hot pink or hot red, but hot greens there, I love them. And then look at the fussy cutting on those wonderful flowers as well, those little lantern style flowers, love them to bits. And then get your metallic pencils out, get your maybe shimmer paints out, stamping onto acetate with your glitters, working a dream there as well. So is that that's like a faux emboss there? I love it. And then down here too, that's brilliant. Whose is this again? This is Alison's. Wonderful stuff, Alison. And then look at this, warming everything up on Leanne's example here on a nice... Have you noticed how the cards vary in size as well? This is like a nice big 8x8 now. Looks like she's gone on to the luxury cardstock on the red as well. But wonderful backdrop here. And then look at the finishing on those toadstools as well. You just can't write it. Now here is my favourite coming up. And I know it's been a tough one. It's been a tough one. But look at it. It's just so... There's so little going on in terms of colour and layers and decoupage and this, that and the other. Don't look yet. But there's so much going on at the same time. You know all the other ones that you've got this cut out, that cut out, loads of different colours. Look at this. The colour palette's really simple, but there is so much happening here. There's so much going on. You know, it's telling a story, isn't it? It is telling a story. I'm hoping there's a message there, and I'm talking until I discover what that message is. But no, look, you've got your foliage hanging down in the foreground. You've got your horizon over here, which is clearly about, like, you know, 3 or 4 miles away, maybe. And then you've got your outcrops of land here. It's maybe a fjord in Scandinavia. I don't know. But then you've got your seed pods in the foreground, your toadstools, even the spider's web, which is also a stamp on the show, is just subtly added in there. You can barely see it on the telly, but get this at home, you'd see that. The colours coming through. Barely more than one sparkle pen has been used on this project, and it's just so effective. Amazing, absolutely amazing. This just, yeah, it's incredible. Pamela, nice work. And again, just to show you how hard it was to choose like any kind of one that you might say is your favourite, check this out for the hot stuff. And you've got your fairy dust bottle just there too. There's a lot going on here with your fussy cutting and decoupages too. It's all going on with these, and there's even more to show. Look, we've shown all these samples since the start of the show, and there are all these, maybe, if there's time, still to show just there. Lots and lots going on. Grab your one-day special. Do it right now. And you've got all 6 sets, brand new stamps, lovely imagery like your fairy door, your toadstool, your seed pods with the windows in, your silhouette fairy, and then you've got your vintage set and your seasons set. It's an either-or. Really quickly, I'll just show you the colours, because that's your last choice, is to mention which colour are you going to go for. That's your vintage set, so your sort of darker, slightly moodier colours, and then they're slightly brighter, but you've still got your darks in there, down here and over here. So it's a tough choice on which one, I know, I admit that. But vintage or seasons. Love it. 553473 is your item number to order. Have a look at the website. There are dogs in the building, everybody. There are dogs in the building. Leonie's got her dogs here. Yes, we know. So here's the website, hochanda.com. And you've got your lovely Pebeo restorative hand cream, even. First time I've seen that live on a show. You've got your Royal and Langnickel brushes. You've got your Spectrum Aquas. Each set of 12 is $22.99, the fabulous value. But the best way to get your Spectrum Aquas is in the big bundle, which I'm so proud to say I've got, $79.94 plus delivery. I love working with those. It's a freedom price on there too. So Sheena, yeah.
Well, it's looking really pretty, and I stand surprised. It's looking really pretty. Who would have known it, eh? But it's what I've started colouring.
Yeah.
But I've stopped so far because I want to show you, just to catch it, so that we'd be able to finish the card. So let me show you how to colour these leaves. Can you see the leaves have got variation in them? See, they've got light and dark and shading on there. I still just used this one colour. This is one of my favourite greens, and I think the whole of the sparkle set, this is olive jade. It is absolutely beautiful colour. So what I'm doing is I'm having at hand that number 6 round Royal and Langnickel brush ready, just damp, not wet. And I'm taking my green, and I'm popping it directly onto my card. And for example, with this one, I might colour the bottom part of this leaf like this. Then I'm taking my brush, and then I'm popping and dragging that colour out. See? So now let's do that again. Let's try it. So I'm just going to continue in this way. So think about maybe where you want the shadow to be. I might have the start of this leaf a little bit darker, and then maybe in the centre. And then take your brush, dip it in the water. Don't use a water brush for this. If they're too wet, you won't have the control. These brushes are perfect. And because it's almost dry, it's barely damp, then I've got that control to just drag that colour. This is fine line detail colouring here. See? From the centre to just this little bottom part of this leaf, and then back to my brush. Don't go too far ahead, because any card will start to absorb the colour, and it'll start to set, and it won't drag out as well as this. So 2 or 3 leaves at a time. Look at the pretty variation we've got on that highlight.
I was just about to ask you if there's a time limit. So yeah, you're doing it within a few seconds.
Within a few seconds. So maybe 1 or 2 leaves, put the dark on, and then continue. So this one here, maybe pop there. I can go and pop that darker there, and then now I'm going to dip it's always the same. Always have paper underneath my water jar, because I always dip my brush in the water and then drag it on the paper, so that you've got just a damp paintbrush, which is all you need to move this paint around. That's it.
I was counting in my head, and it was about 10 seconds before you finished one leaf, and then you did another one, and then you went back.
There you go. So then we're almost done with that.
We've had a question from Sam here, Sheena. The background washes that Sheena applies with the sparkle pens, can you do the same with the Spectrum Aquas, which we have on the show, actually?
Yes, you can.
Yay,
yes,
cool.
you can. It's easier. It's easier with the sparkles, because what you can do with the sparkle pens is what I tend to do when I'm doing the background. If they're not flowing enough, I'll give them a little sneaky squeeze and just just squeeze it just a little bit, not a puddle, a little bit more than they would maybe release, because it's all about getting it done quickly and effectively. See those pretty sparkle? Nice. Everything's sparkling and the leaves are sharp and highlighted. Let me show you how we'll do the flowers.
So the really cool thing about the Spectrum Aquas, which we just flashed the details up for, they're on a good offer with the Freedom price, is that you can get your clear overlays with them as well, make them sparkly if you want.
Definitely.
But they're also water-based, so mix them. So get your one-day special today and think about adding a pack of 12 or even the whole pack if you really want to treat
yourself. Yes, they all work together. You watch on my shows with my go-to products. I'll be honest, I used to not be able to leave the house without all my little square inks. I bought all of them as smaller.
The pads,
they were my comfort, and they were there because I know they were my go-to colouring product. If I want to do anything, any techniques like this, those I would go to. Not anymore. I was just talking to Donna. You know, we've hardly ever used them now. And we were saying this at the workshop at the weekend. We use our sparkles and our aqua pens. That's massive. So for what, 10 years I've been using these little links, and now that's honest. That's huge.
Well, Sheena, you use less as well, because I mean, there's always the right crafting product out there for that moment. Nothing's better or worse.
No.
But say, for example, you dab your pad down on your glass mat. You're using a whole square worth of ink.
That's
but
right.
You get your sparkle pen.
I'm not going to have them, because obviously for stamping I need inks and everything. But for colouring, I'm leaving all that ink in the tin, in the where it belongs, in the package where it belongs, and I'm using a more kind of cost-effective way of colouring and using a product that's really designed for colouring a larger background. And that's what these products are. So pop that Moonlight down first. Was it Moonbeam? Moonlight. And then a little bit of this gorgeous, this lovely Harvest Moon there. And now, if I dry that a little bit, that's set it slightly. So if I want to go in and add a darker shade with this smoky quartz, I can just pop that. So I'm using the same colour. See how I'm using the same colours through the whole project? Then you see that this quartz, just drag it round. Now that's added even more. I'm not worried about which petal I'm going to make darker, which petal I'm going to make lighter. I'm just popping it down there, and then just pop this like this, and then just continue. See, with the same green, so same colours, and then that's what I'm going to do and continue with the rest of the flowers, and then we can move on, and I'll show you the next stage. So same thing. So I'm using this, I am colouring this direct because this is a great example, because I want these to be super shiny and super bright. I'm not diluting them at all, so I am just colouring them in with the brush. So you can see that is obviously a way to use them as well. Directly from the brush. Now this, a little bit there, that was quite wet, that pen. I've obviously squeezed it. If you squeeze them, you know, remember next time you use them that there might be a little bit more, you know, there. But then they're just doing what you want them to do. Dry it again.
Well, just while we're colouring each lovely flower, we did mention the aqua pens, the Spectrum Aquas. They're lovely pens, these, and they come in a really nice big bundle today as well, with your storage tray and also your watercolour card. So you do get your 15 sheets of the watercolour card there, as well as all of your 48 pens. That's just one tray, and then you've got the 4 trays there. Indeed, 028622, all 4 trays, all 48 pens, and your 15 sheets of watercolour card. Freedom price saving $43.99. Making that $71.95 delivered. That's including your postage to order. There is FlexiBuy on that as well. If you want to spread the cost, you can. There it is, $35.98. It's a bit shy. It didn't want to come out today, the FlexiBuy price. $35.98 plus delivery, and then spread across 2 months to get those. 028622. So the one-day special, really quickly, because we're just repeating on the flowers. But I just wanted to take an opportunity to show you some flowers. I don't want to divert away for too long in terms of time. But you've got one of the lovely sentiment verses down at the bottom there, and then the leaves fussy cut gorgeously, and then you've got that glossy finish here. Until you spread your wings, you'll never know how far you can fly. And then you've got your sky blue colour on the background. We're using a mixture of different products today, but a lot of samples will be using your sparkle pens. Check out out the seed pods there with the lovely, I mean, that's Pamela's work as well. Look at this, look at this. I'm rocking through a little bit quickly on the samples just because I wanted to make sure we see all of them, because I want to get back to Sheena when we move to the next technique. But look at that toadstool house in the silhouette. And then the fairy door, which we haven't seen fairly represented, I don't think, in some of the samples yet so far today. So lovely to see this example here of the fairy door. Just proving that you don't have to make huge cards all the time. You've got a lovely one here from Adele. And Adele, you've done that beautifully with the silhouettes there. I want to zip back to Sheena, so don't miss me for a minute. 553-473 to order your one-day special, and you're saving more than the cost of the stamps on their own. More than the stamps cost on their own is your saving, and it's either the vintage or the seasons. 553-473 to order, and it's $25.46 today. Same price next month, and you've got the whole one-day special. Stamps on their own are still, despite the value of the one-day special, the stamps on their own is still a really busy option. Over 2/3 of the stock gone on these. 546-773 is your item number to get them. It's brand new artwork from Donna Ratcliffe, the head of the design team with Sheena, and they're lovely images. You've loved using these, Sheena.
Fabulous images. I really, really have loved them. So has the team. You know, and the team are, you know, they've been stamping for a long time. So we can tell when they get those things how much and how diverse and how, you know, how many they make. You know, they're enjoying them. So let me show you what we've got so far. Let me show you. Look, isn't that just so pretty? That there, you could, again, now, let me show you. I'm showing you at stages that you can stop. You can say, right, I'm done, cease and desist, that's it. I'm liking what I've got. Pop your wording on there, then your card's done. But we're not going to go, take it further. So if you're watching this and you may recording it and whatever, you know which stage, you know, maybe take a picture of it, and then you know you can reproduce that. Yeah, exactly. And if I was working at home and I liked that, I'd take a picture. And then I would continue. So now, what I'm going to do is show you another technique. It's going to let me show you another technique you can do with your stamp, with your pens as well. So I'm going to stamp with this twiggy branch here. So brush over your stamps with your pen, and then just go ahead and just so for some little texture going on in the foreground, we can go ahead. Look at how cool that is. And if we keep stamping, you end up with, you get a kind of a dimensional thing going on, a distance thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you one I did last night. And what you would do is just keep spritzing this once you've loaded it with the paint, maybe, you know, the first time. Then I'm trying to avoid the flowers because I want them to look like, you know, they're kind of around the flowers, not covering them. But it just adds that little bit more texture and detail in the foreground. So a little bit more there, and then I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to create more drama. So can you see that there, how it's all, and let me see if I can see that one I've made. Yes, there it is. If you want to show that, Matt, while I do. This is obviously with a different colour. Yes, and it's with a different set. That was with the vintage, but you can see how you can create that impression of all that texture and distance. And I had to stop because what I was doing was just spritzing with water once I'd loaded it once. And it was just going and going and going. I thought, I've got to stop doing this because the show's going to go. I'm probably going to cover the whole card. That would make a great background texture.
So would,
just keep going, and what would happen is it would eventually get lighter and lighter as you go towards the top. And I think that would look super cool. Now, we have got that there. We're going to be brave, and we're going to add more drama. Pretty, clean. We like that little texture at the bottom. We're liking that. Right, so what we're going to do now, though, black. We're using black. And we have to make sure that the card's dry at this stage, because if it isn't, what would happen is it would grab the ink. The ink would be completely grabbed and it would be all splodgy. And again, you would think, why is it not blending? It's because the water is grabbing and gripping it and putting it, taking it to the layers through the depth of the card, and instead of sitting on the surface, which is what we are wanting to achieve here. So what this is doing is it's adding that vignette look, which means that it's darkening. By colouring the images first and then going over with the black, it automatically makes it look like it's nighttime, and that's naturally darkened that leaf. It's still green, you can say it's green, but it's cleverly made it look green in the dark. So it's knowing the techniques to go to that are going to serve you best, and when to call upon them. So, and this hopefully is what the shows are about as well, is you know, it's like when you cook, you know your techniques, you know your your methods and
you don't
things.
Have to measure things out anymore.
No,
you
that's it. You just
feel it.
you do, and then you automatically do. You're not thinking about it as much. You just know that this is going to serve you well at this stage, and that's the way you're going to create that drama. Now, when I look in that card, it absolutely looks like you are looking into that magical scene in the evening or early morning on a gorgeous day.
That is a stunning piece of art.
See? Now I'll show you. I don't know what we're like for time, but let me show you what you can do. Right, I'm going to show you the finished card. I'm going to wipe this up first if I can.
Yeah.
And we can take that time to, and then you can see the options. This would definitely, I would want that matte that on a piece of black card because that finishes it off completely. And I have a piece of black card somewhere. Here it is, like this. So if I can pop that on there. Can I do that? Can I just stick that on there really quickly? And then let me show you. Where do me stick it? There you go.
Oh, there it is.
This is my go-to. This is my, because normally I would find, like I say, if I use a wet glue, I'll get it everywhere. This I'm pretty safe with.
Permanent tape, pen.
Yeah,
Genius.
and then
on the website.
again, now you're going to see the top of my head, unfortunately, but it's one of those things that, right, okay, speed sticking down. Now, that there, I'm really happy with that. That looks, that's just a little piece of art. You know, you can make that any kind of card you want, whatever occasion. But to my mind, it's a really pretty picture that there's no restrictions. If you want to make those and sell them, go ahead. This is the card that inspired this whole composition, colours and everything. Look at the sparkle. This is Pamela's card. Sorry, it's Alison's card. Sorry. We were talking about Pamela earlier, weren't we, the other good one. And she's added, if you want to, you can edge it with some gold stickles. So some gold glitter glue. Yeah? You can add a little bit around there. You can pop a little bit on there. And you can pop the fairy in if you want. So from more blingy fairy or less without the fairy. It's your call.
So it doesn't have to be. So very versatile set of stamps here where they're florals or whimsical. It depends on which, or both if you like. And this little example area down here, oh my word, we've seen a lot of artwork today from the team, and I know we saw these at the start of the show, I know we did, but it's really nice to bookend the show by showing you these again. Talking of books, I'll just, while we're panning across, is show you that this is actually a book cover, bookcase, a little piece of home decor that just to make you stop and
It lights up as well, Matt.
And it's got the lights inside it as well, hasn't
amazing.
it? And then just this box back here as well.
Caroline's gorgeous box there.
Using every second there, Sheila. I want to show you more, but we're being counted down. Sheila, thank you. We'll see you at 1 p.m. Bye-bye now. Bye. Oh, my word, that was amazing. Starting off with a piece of white card and what we created. Be Creative Essentials coming up next. Let Leonie loose. Why do we never learn in an hour's time? And crafting with clarity in 2 hours. Don't forget Crafting Market. It's on Sky 676. And it's Glue Gun Art with Ruth Sadler.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media, or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hello, lovely to see you as ever. Good morning, hope you're well, and you're having a good week so far. What day is it? Yeah, Wednesday, so there you go, it's the middle of the week, that's right. That will make sense. Gordon's here from Be Creative. We love you to bits, Gordon. You're such a nice guy and you bring gorgeous things with you as well. But such useful things. You could probably get out a craft room just by shopping by brand with Be Creative.
We sort of like to experiment, come out with new ideas to help people craft, yeah.
What can we look forward to generally on today's show? Have you got any things that you want people to...
Today, because the last show we had here, we focused on spray and emboss. We've had a lot of, bombarded by questions about what else can it do.
Yeah, the list is endless, really.
Yeah,
and
we've noticed on Hochanda lately, there's been a lot of, like, flower die cutting being done and flower sculpting being done. So there's been toolkits introduced by, I think, Sizzix, and I think Don Bibby has one. There's a couple of other ones to show you how to make flowers. But the biggest question we get asked is, can we solve a problem? Because you make your flowers, which are like 3D, you send them through the post, and unless you put them in a thicker box or something, when they arrive at the other end, they're squashed. And we all know the cost of post today, so if you put them in a box, it's going to cost you at least £3 to send it through the post. So spray and emboss, again, our magical solution, can actually solve a problem for you, and we'll show people again what we can do.
All right, we'll look at the spray and emboss a little bit later on, so stay tuned. We're going to start with the Wonder Press as well, the Wonder Stamp Press. This is an amazing piece of kit, and you get a twin pack of these, and it's just always, it's eternally a brilliant tool, isn't it?
It's such a simple thing. Let me just grab a stamp for a second. It could be any stamp. Let me just take mine and turn it over. The beauty of it is we have a grid in the middle, it's 8 by 8 in size, and we have the foam padded feet. So, put your stamp on there, and the stamp is now securely fixed on the board. Now, the problem most people have, Matt, when you're using acrylic block, you put your stamp on it, you ink it up, and then you have to touch the card to stamp.
Yeah.
If you shake or whatever in the least little bit, the image is distorted, end of the image, and usually the acrylic block and everything else goes in the bin. The difference with this, if I do that and drop it there, can you see it
it's
bouncing?
Not going to touch the, it's not touching the desk and not touching the
beauty of it is, it's not touching the project. So you ink your stamp up, you overlay it over your work, make sure you've got it positioned properly, press it down, stamp, it pops back up again off your card. It will be a perfect image every time. Simple as that.
Love it. We'll see it in action later on. Your Wonder Stamp Press twin pack, so you get 2 of them, is available here. It's 578681 to order it now. And you're saving a lot here, £6 off today, making them £11.99 plus delivery. I was risking everything by jiggling them there because they could easily fall over. And the Stamper's Friend, I've got one of these and I love mine, Gordon. Tell us why we could barely keep it in stock when we did it first on the Wonder Special.
Genuinely, we have now got thousands of people back into stamping using the Stamper's Friend. No matter what you've done in the past, no matter what problems you've had in your past, you can stamp. Everyone can stamp. And honest to God, we've had people of all ages, and I mean, I even have a young lady of 100 years old, cannot believe she can stamp. She never thought she could do it. Oh, she can now, doing the most amazing things. You can never distort your image. You will never go wrong. Easy as that.
So you've got your foam insert, depending on whether you've got your stamps mounted or unmounted. You've got your measurements actually moulded and sculpted into it. You've got your platform here for stamping, put your stamps onto. It's foam backed as well.
And magnetic on the back as well.
And still magnetic there also. You get your Stamper's Friend today, the stamping tool, for £3 off. Quite strong magnets there, but just slide them. My trick is, because I've got this at home, is... I'll drop them now. There you go. You've got them both together, but then just slide them like that, like you're counting coins. 710621 there. Counting coins, not counting cards. That's naughty. And I've seen Rain Man. Oh, hang on a minute. The magnets they're getting stuck, Gordon. What do I do? What do I do? Do you get that at home, though? I do with mine all the time.
What you do, Matt, is you do this. This is mine. Can you see?
It's a brilliant idea, yeah.
Either cover them in masking tape, or this is actually electrical tape, which is quite slidey.
Yeah.
So the problem is, if I grab two of these magnets, Matt, for a second, let me just hold them
you
up.
can peel them.
Yeah. Now cover your magnets in the tape and leave like a little tab at the end.
Yes.
So when they stick together, that's all you do. Stick together. Just do that.
It's ever so clever.
Ever so easy.
This is the lovely stamping tool. I love mine. It comes beautifully boxed as well. If you want to give this away as a gift this year, we struggled to keep it in stock when it was first launched, so definitely take advantage while it's in stock today. 710621 to order it now.
Quick preview.
Yeah.
We're doing a special show, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Justin will be here with a special edition Wednesday tool.
Yeah.
But just a quick glimpse at this. This is your new storage for your stamper's friend. That's it. Not showing you anymore.
Interesting. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. New Year's Eve. I think I'm on New Year's Eve. Can you see if I've got any more holiday left over? I'll just start. I need out. I don't want to get sprayed with silly
You don't really want to be with us New Year's Eve now.
We've also got the magnets on the road. Now, why? Tell us the story behind the launch of these magnets.
Okay, the stamper's friend usually comes with slightly larger, slightly thicker magnets.
Yeah, I'll put them down on here. So
a lot of people have said, well, you know, we just want to make like a little card topper and things like that and stamp on it.
Yeah.
And they've said, but, you know, that because of the area, the larger magnets can get in the way.
Yes.
So people asked us if we could do something about that.
Yeah.
So we've come up with this selection. These are very small, but still very strong magnets. And we're giving you 4 round ones.
I'll put one down there for us, yeah.
4 round and 4 oblong or rectangle, whatever you want to call them. And these just score literally on the edge of your card. They will not get in the way of the area you're going to stamp. So if you just want to do a little tiny thing like a card topper, this makes it very easy for you to do so instead of using the big magnets.
Okay, I'm putting them quite far away from each other because I know they're quite strong and they will attract each other. So you're getting 4 small of the oblong shaped and then 4 small of the round shape. If I put that there, hopefully that's far enough away.
What's the difference?
So 4 of each.
What's the difference between oblong and rectangle? Any idea?
I don't know, but they always used to say oblong on Blue Peter.
Justin and I had this debate last night and we couldn't come up with an answer.
I can't come up with an answer either, of course. That's it. We're going to have to ask the internet, aren't we? So 801655. Apparently, an oblong has curved edges, says Emily, our producer. So curved edges for an oblong and then pointy edges for a rectangle.
Okay.
We didn't know that. That's quite interesting. We should make a whole programme about stuff like that and call it quite interesting.
Yeah.
Or maybe QI for sure. No, it's been done. £9.99 plus delivery, 801655 to order now on your extra magnets. A quick look at the stamps, Gordon, keeping it real over here. I love these stamps. I've got some at home as well. I seem to have these in my craft room too.
Well, we don't have many left because obviously Christmas is approaching fast. But if you want to do some last-minute Christmas cards, or like me, if you want to make your Christmas cards in Boxing Day, here we are.
Love it, love it. £9.97 plus delivery gets you all 3 sets, giving you 17 stamps in total. 970992 to order. We're going to start demonstrating with some of these wonderful products, but there is more to see on the desk here and more to see on the website for our show today with the lovely Gordon. 5-star reviews, 4 3/4 star reviews. That's the sort of thing we like to see. We love it. Have a look for every item on Hochanda.com that we've got in today's programme and more. There's the stamp sets there, there's the trio, there's the individuals. There's the 8x8 double-sided paper pads too. Very good value on those. £9.97, it's 72 sheets. That's like silly. And then the 5-star reviews continue with the detail embossing powders and also the nice chunky embossing powders too. There's the spray emboss. It would take all day to tell you what that could do, but we can tell you a few things it will do today. Even more 5-star reviews and 4 3/4 star reviews. Love them. So yeah, Gordon, what do you want to show us? It's nice to know that your customers love you as well. Yeah.
Oh, we have so many things planned for next year. Justin's here on the 21st with Patricia for for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful special programme, all with wonder crystals. The biggest selection you've ever seen, don't forget that. And then say we're back New Year's Eve, New Year's Day with some wonderful things. But today I've been asked to focus again on Spray Emboss and the Stamper's Friend on different things, because on the last show we showed people how it solves your die cutting, embossing problems. We've noticed on Hochanda lately a lot of flower makings being done, sculpting flowers. So people have been asking us about that. So I think we should start there again and show people.
Okay, the Spray Emboss available in a double bottle set, half a litre's worth in total that you will get, and one bottle, to be honest, will last you a long, long time. So two bottles.
It does last a long time.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, what we have done, we have a piece of card that I've covered with a wonder sheet. The wonder sheet is super tack, and as we know, they're also heat resistant. And as we've found out lately by leaving things outside the house, they're totally weather resistant. So we're going to die cut this. We're going to use a Sizzix poinsettia die, because obviously it's a nice Christmas die and one of my favourite dies. So this card is covered in the wonder sheet already. So the first thing we will see is how easy it is actually to cut this double-layered piece of card.
Well, the wonder sheet is fab as well, and you get a pack of them. 15 A4 double-sided wonder sheets for you. High-tack, and really importantly, Gordon said it, but it's heat-resistant, so totally heat-resistant for your heating techniques as well.
And as I say, we found out lately it's frost-resistant, snow-resistant. We've been testing it.
Nice one. We've had the weather to test it.
Yeah. So you can see how that's perfectly cut out. So that's a piece of 300-gram card covered in the wonder sheets as well, and it cuts with ease. But we're not finished. What we're going to do now is something very unusual. We're going to take the Spray Emboss and we're going to spray this very lightly on both sides.
Okay. Can I ask a question, Gordon? Would it work on fabric, the wonder sheet, as well?
Yes, it works on anything.
Yeah, that's really,
it goes on to any
high-tack adhesive.
Virtually anything, Okay, so let's just spray this both sides with Spray Emboss. Where's the other piece? Same with this.
Now, we can't even say what a Spray Emboss is because it is so many different things.
It's a secret.
It's a secret formulation. What is Spray Emboss? What does it do? He hasn't told us what it does yet, but you can't. And I suppose even watching one demonstration won't answer the question.
I'll leave them for a few seconds because Spray Emboss takes about 30 seconds to do its work. Originally, we invented it to increase the depth of embossing, going back 15 years when die cutting first began. Using stencils and things, and we found it worked wonderfully well. And then we found out as intricate dies came out and people struggled to cut them, we found out that by treating the card and paper with Spray Emboss, it solved all our cutting problems. A majority of people use Spray Emboss to solve their intricate die cutting problems. But then we found out a lot more, and you probably don't remember this. It was maybe about a year ago that we found out between two shows that it did what we're about to show people now. It was an accident. We didn't know this. You probably can't remember that.
No, I'm not sure I do. I'm going to wait until I...
Right, so we're going to take one of the flowers. We're now going to sculpt the flowers using a ball tool, as you see everybody do on Hochanda. Then we're going to do something different. Now, I'm just going to do this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just pressing on it. You can go like that, you can press on it. It depends how you want your flower to look eventually. So I'll just do that. Okay, that's one. Let's do the second one. Now I'm doing this from the side that has the wonder sheet on it. Can you see that? Yep, not the other side. I'll just do that again. And here's the third piece. So we'll say this is 300-gram card, covered in the wonder sheet. And then we sprayed both sides lightly with Spray Emboss. Now then, at the moment, it's still damp. Okay? So what we're going to do now, and this is the secret, and this is what we discovered. While it's still damp, we take our heat gun and we dry it. Okay? So we'll just apply heat to this. It dries very, very quickly. Just turn it over. Now, as we're drying this with the Spray Emboss, what's actually happening here is the whole thing is shrinking a minute fraction, so small you can't actually see it happen. But something else is happening. It's turning the whole thing brittle. It's turning the whole thing practically... It goes like a piece of plastic.
I remember this. I was going to use the word plastic.
And this is what...
You'll flick the flower and it'll feel...
So the problem is, people make these 3D flowers, they send them through the post, they get to the other side, and guess what? they're flat. Yeah, even Justin and I, we've had cards like that, and we just look at each other and we think, what was the point of doing that, you know? So what can we do to solve this problem? So we've done that. We've now heated them up, both sides.
I remember it. We dropped a flower onto like a glass mat, and we heard it drop.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you to do now. You now take them and pick them up and drop them on the glass mat.
Yeah, ready? You can hear it. Can you hear that?
It's almost like a piece of plastic.
That was too light to make a sound, but yeah, could you hear the middle one? You could. You ready?
Yeah, it's like plastic.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but as I say, I can't actually tell you why it does it. It just does.
Spray and Boss turns paper plastic. Shock.
Spray and Boss does so many things you would not believe. I keep saying to Hochanda, I say, well, give us a show, give us one show just on Spray and Boss.
I might spray it on a 1p and see if it turns it into a £1 coin later on.
Right, so what we're going to do with this is, remember, this has got wonder sheets on it. I tell you what, if you could peel that layer off for me.
Definitely.
Be careful, because it's incredibly tacky. It will stick to your hands. But the beauty of the wonder sheets, by the way, when you touch it, it doesn't pull the tackiness off. It doesn't lose its tackiness. So you do have time to work with it.
Never lose my tackiness. There's your...
So I'm just going to, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put these in a layer like that. Yeah. Let's just layer that one there like that.
That's beautiful.
Let me just press the second, middle. Okay, so we've put them together like that. So we're not finished yet. You think, what we're going to do now? I'm now going to take some of our embossing powder, and I've also got some of the wonder crystals that people will see on the next show as well.
Yeah. Did you say what is sometime 21st?
21st. Justin will be here with Patricia. Patricia will be showing you the most wonderful things along with Justin. It'll be our first show. Really well, and he's got some fantastic offers. Well worth looking out for that one. So,
is he back at base, Justin?
Yeah, hopefully he's up doing his Christmas tree by now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the famous Christmas tree.
It takes him 2 days. 2 full days.
2 full days to do the Christmas tree.
It's a work of art.
Seriously, if you see it on social media, you'd see why. But
he's go on Facebook, you will see pictures of Justin and what he's up to.
Hilarious.
But he plans it all year round.
Yeah, okay.
He really does, seriously.
It is a big event. It's a big event.
Christmas is a serious thing. Justin is Mr. Christmas, you know, he just loves it.
You've got your doggy as well.
Oh, Harry will be there as well, sitting watching him, yeah. Right, so there we are.
Look at those. So Wonder Crystals, stay tuned, 21st of December.
This has got Wonder Crystals, it's got some of the embossing powders that are on the show, a combination of both here. I'll just add a blast of heat as well. Of course, the other good thing is by adding Wonder Crystals to this, it makes it go even more sort of...
you're adding another layer.
Yeah, because the Wonder Crystals are incredibly thick. But in a second, I'm going to show you it without the Wonder Crystals as well.
See, this is the very important point, that the Wonder sheets are high-tack adhesive double-sided sheets, but they're also heat-resistant adhesive. Details at the bottom of the screen.
They are heat-resistant.
They're £11.99 plus delivery. 373-924 is the item number.
Okay, the whole thing's finished. If you want to hold that up and show that to people.
Yeah, look at that. It's a beauty. So thanks to the Spray and Boss, creating a brittleness and a toughness to the card used, 300 GSM card in the first place, but something that could quite happily go through the post on a card, and at least you're giving it a fighting chance to stay in one piece and stay three-dimensional.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've actually... I'm just having a box passed to me right now, and this is my die storage box.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you
very
much.
And inside this box, as you know, I have 27 boards full of dies.
Yes.
It's incredibly heavy.
Yes.
Now, remember what I said, the problem of sending flowers through the post? Unless you send them in a box at the cost of £3 plus, they will arrive at the other end flat. You know, it's the way it goes. Let me just grab this one here, this one that I did earlier on. So here we have one of the flowers we made with the Wonder Crystals on it. Again, treated with the Spray and Boss. Put that there. So let's pretend this is a heavy-handed postman, a heavy-handed courier.
Okay. Oh, shall I close it again then?
You know how heavy that box? 27 boards.
Heavy.
Okay.
Oh no.
Let's put that there.
Do you know what? Actually,
it has retained its shape.
It
just sprung back up.
Yeah, it's sprung into life.
It has not flattened.
That's amazing.
And that is an incredibly heavy box.
Yeah.
So if you make your flowers in this way, treat them with spray emboss, they will reach the other end the way they're meant to look.
That is a powerful, powerful demonstration.
Yeah. So we're now going to make the flower again, but we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to be using these the Stamper's Friend as well. And something slightly different this time. Yeah.
There we are. So everything's on the website as well for today's show, hochanda.com. You can see Shop by Brand. If you look for the logo down here, wonderful company, Be Creative, with Gordon and Justin. Be Creative, it's a place you can go to get pretty much anything you want to fill your craft room. But on today's show, you'll see all the items that we're using on hochanda.com. When you load up the website, basically it's all right there. You just need to go on the website and you don't even have to click on anything.
Nope. So something a bit different again. So let's take the Stamper's Friend now, and this is another use for the tool. We will just remove the magnets, and I'm going to remove the foam base. The foam base is we use for clear stamps. As you know, when we're using rubber stamps, we take it out. But we're going to do something different. So I'm just going to remove the foam and the magnets, and we're actually going to use the base. Okay. Now, what we're about to do, we do with water-based ink pads. That is a dye-based ink pad, or the new Distress stains are also water-based as well. So you can use any of those. So what we're going to do, Matt, I'm going to take a piece of card, an A5 piece of card, and we're going to actually dab the ink pads onto the base of the Stamper's Friend.
I've not seen you use the Stamper's Friend like this before.
This is something a bit different. Okay, so I'll just put that on now. Let's just take a variety of colours.
You said it's a dye-based ink, yeah?
These are dye-based inks. Do not use...
Water-based, yeah?
Yeah, the dye-based inks are water-based.
Yeah.
Because obviously we want to get the ink back off.
I was just checking that. Well, I thought you might shock us with the spray and boss and start to take off some ink that would normally be baked on. I thought you might...
You may be able to do that. If you've got a problem and you put the spray and boss on and you leave it on for a while, it probably will do that, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
So now we're going to take the spray and boss. Okay. I'm going to spritz that. I'm now going to take my A5 piece of card, lay that on there. Now I'm going to put a waste piece of card over the top, because I'm going to lay the foam on top of that, and I want to protect the foam. I don't want the ink going onto the foam. Okay, and now I'm just pressing down. So what I'm doing, the spray and boss separates all the colours in the most wonderful way, and we're now picking all those colours up. Okay, now you can do this in multiple layers. You can do this once like I'm doing now, and then if you want to, you can keep going over it.
Look at that.
Okay.
So that is the spray and boss breaking down the pigments and breaking the sort of mixing them in.
If I want
sort
to
of
now,
different shades, sort of purplies and reds. And,
if I want to do this a second time, a third time, etc., and keep going and build up more colours, it's entirely up to you. But I'm just going to do it once for the moment, just to show you what we're going to do next.
So, for example, spritz that with water, and you're just mixing the colours that you've got. But spritz it with spray and boss, it's breaking down the pigments. It's
spray
all
and boss
with different sort of
does
tones
something. Some extraordinary things again. So we're now going to take this.
Okay.
Now, bear in mind we used spray and boss on that. Okay. So we've actually done that, and we've treated the card at the same time, haven't we?
Yeah, because it's got spray and boss on it now.
Right,
yeah.
But we haven't got to the back of the card, so we take that and a quick burst on the back of the card. We don't need to do the front because it's picked the colours up with the spray and boss on it.
It's in there.
So just a quick spritz on the back. Okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this out. Okay.
We'll never answer, sorry, all of the questions on what the spray and boss will do and can do, because even Gordon probably can't tell us, because you're probably discovering new things all the time.
Yeah.
And what you have seen on today's shows is really, really useful at getting different techniques out there, turning almost paper into like a plasticky sort of much more heavy-duty, springy substance.
That's right.
And it will, on other shows with Gordon recently, you've seen it really improving your die cutting potentially with very intricate dies, to name a couple of things that are going to be useful to do with your spray and boss. I've got a little bit at home when I get a chance to make anything, which is little time available. But I've got one bottle of this, and it's lasted me a long while. I think I've got it down to about there on mine. 240796 is your item number. Over a third of the spray and boss stock has already gone. And I know it goes very often with Gordon on shows where you it shows where you demonstrate it, like one. Sometimes it quietly sits there on a show.
It does.
And we're busy doing something else.
Yeah.
But when we can actually show you what it does, it absolutely flies off the shelf. So £17.99 plus delivery gets you 2 big bottles, half a litre's worth in total. It's a lot there.
So again, we're just shaping the flowers, using a ball tool. Again, you can take as much time about this or do it as quick as you want. But basically, once you've done it, you take them again and you take your heat gun. Okay. So we've done something totally different. The first time we did it, and we used the Wonder Sheets.
Yes, this was
and we showed you that this still works with Wonder Sheets on it as well. But this time, if you don't want to use the Wonder Sheets or do this technique, and you just want to do something a bit different, we've used the base of the tool with water-based inks, which are dye-based inks, and the spray embossed to give us that unusual background on our card.
Yes.
Okay, and we're now doing the same as we did before. We're setting the spray emboss and the colour onto the card using our heat gun. Okay, and then if you can have a look at that again and show people how brittle that is. When we say brittle, by the way, we don't mean when we drop it it's all going to smash into pieces. We just mean it's gone like a piece of plastic.
Yes.
So if you do your dropping technique again and let people see that.
Yeah, definitely. This was the one we made earlier. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. And here, this one's probably too light here on the telly. But you heard it slightly, a little baby sort of click. There you go. And there you go. So it's plastic, like it's a really nice. It sounds like it should be brittle, but it's not.
No,
but it's got the properties of strength, but still the bendiness and the springiness.
Like a piece of plastic.
Spring back into
that's
life.
right. I do not know of anything else anywhere that does that. I just don't know of anything. And over the years, we have looked and we've... But there's just nothing that does this.
Being the creative spray emboss, you'd keep your eyes open to see it.
It is totally unique in the way it actually does all this.
You've just used your glue wand as well there, Gordon, and
I have used
something
the glue
tells me
wand.
that is an adhesive that is heat resistant from a previous show.
The glue wand is
right?
heat resistant.
Yeah, I thought
you
so.
can emboss on it with embossing powders, embossing crystals. You can draw and foil on it.
Good detail.
You can use glitter on it. When you squeeze the tube, it comes out very thin. If you squeeze it a bit harder, it comes out thicker. You're in control.
It's an amazing glue in there as well. You can do so much with these. You get a pack of 4, and they regularly go to $11.99 plus delivery. 512317. It's a great little glue one. This you can do detailed work with it.
Genuinely, some people tell us it's the best glue they've ever used because it does so many things.
Well, yeah, in terms of versatility, it's
when we
massive,
had it developed, the most important thing for us was the heat-resistant property, so we could emboss and everything on it without it bubbling and coming up. It doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's
so
great. You like it.
Okay, so
There's a lot of reasons why we love being creative, and that's just one.
So we've stuck the poinsettia together. Now, we also have our own glitter glues, you know, and glitter glue can be good, it can be bad. It depends on the quantity of the glitter to the glue.
Okay.
If it wasn't much glitter on it, it would just be a mess. There'd be nothing much there. Our glitter glue is mostly glitter, far more glitter than glue, and has a very fine nozzle. So, just to finish the poinsettia off, you can use a bit of a glitter glue, squeeze it very gently, go around like that. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's lovely. So getting the balance of glitter versus glue correct is very, very important.
This just finishes the whole thing off and sets it off like that. I'll just finish this one here. You can see the difference, like that. But you can see the sparkle.
Yeah.
And as I say, it really is the amount of glitter in the glue that makes the difference.
It's not even dry yet.
All of our glitter glues are iridescent as well, which makes them a bit special.
It's a good chance to look at them on the telly, actually, because the picture on the website will never be as good as seeing them properly.
Yeah, it really, you have to see them really in real life to
the
see
colour
that,
differences.
to get that, to see the iridescent look. Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Each bottle of glue is different on the website, so you'll see some of the colours. They look like you might get a couple of white ones, but no, it's not true. The iridescent quality in each one of them is different.
Yeah, they all have a colour shining through.
Like purple in this one, for example.
Yeah, they are quite amazing actually. But as I say, we're quite proud of our glitter glue because of the finish you get, and they do dry raised as well. That's the other thing about them.
Yeah, very nice. Have a look on the website for these on Hochanda.com.
So let's
Shopped by brand, be creative.
Yeah, we'll just quickly finish this one off here, and you can show that to people, and that's all ready to go. Put on a card.
Didn't take long at all, that, going around the entire poinsettia.
I love doing this. It's very therapeutic, actually.
It's very pretty.
Isn't it wonderful? This time of year, you get to use all these wonderful things.
I know.
You know, Christmas is a time where you let your imagination run riot.
Yep.
I can't remember Justin's title for the Christmas tree this year.
Justin's what? His
title?
Theme?
A
Does
theme.
he have a title?
The tree has a theme.
What was last year's theme? I can't remember.
I can't. This year's theme is glam something. I can't remember. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Glam rock, glamping, glamorous camping.
Well, the whole tree is covered in these glamorous ladies, like nothing you've ever seen. There's a top hat on top of the tree.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's a good day to have had to have re-accessed my Facebook accounts, isn't it? I managed to get back online last night because I'd forgotten my password. It's taken me ages to try and get back on the Book of Faces. But yeah, have a look at this. There we go. Look at that. Courtesy of the spray emboss to give it the rigidity, the solidity, the quality to it. Finish off with that lovely glitter glue. But the pigments of the inks actually blended and split up. And we can have a look at this. Yeah. So that's the technique, and then this would be the actual card that you could potentially make.
Yeah, so the one in the centre there, I've just again done the colours and spritzed onto the base of the Stamper's Friend, then rubbed the card over it. Actually did 2 layers on there. Like I said, you can do it once and then maybe do it again with a different colour and build up some layers as well.
That's brilliant. So we've got the spray emboss here on the 2 bottles. It's half a litre's worth in total of the 2 bottles of spray emboss for £17.99 plus delivery. It does so much. It makes your die cutting potentially possible. It makes intricate dies easier to cut. It gives the flowers their rigidity and solidity, amongst loads of other things. The glue wands are also on today's programme, and you're getting 4 glue wands, each with their own precision tip and lid, of course, with a heat-resistant glue inside there. 512317 to order your glue wands right now. £11.99 plus delivery. We've also got the Wonder Sheets. We use these. It sounds like a band, doesn't it? Up next is the Wonder Sheets. The Wonder Sheets here, they've been #1 for the last 3 weeks. 15 sheets of them, and it's 373924. We'll tune in next week to see if they get hit off the #1 top spot by Big Shack. On the website, you'll see everything, including a spray emboss. 796 to order your spray emboss right now. And then you've got your Stampers Friend coming up in a moment, but we're going to start with the Wonder Stamp Press. Now, you've got your foam pads underneath it here, which give you the springiness. You've got your stamp, which is a cling stamp, which would cling onto there, into your grid. And then Gordon did this really powerful demonstration where, you would literally drop it and your stamp, if you're hovering over your project, your stamp's inked up, ready to go, and you want to get it precisely there. You think, well, I want it in the corner exactly there. Well, hang on a minute, I want it over a bit. There you go. Actually, no, I'm going to change one. I'm going to put it in the middle. There we are. And then when you're ready, you just would literally press down and put even pressure all the way across. Are you finished? And then raise it up. And even then, you could probably think, oh, do you know what? I haven't got it pressed enough there. So push it back down and then give it another squish down there. So you've got your lovely stamp press. You've got your twin pack of them as well, meaning that you get both of these. And it's 578681 to order now. £11.99 for the pair, meaning saving £6. It's brilliant. Now, there's a stamping tool out there for everybody. The Wonder Stamp Press is Brill. The one I'm lucky enough to have is the Stamper's Friend. If you've got both, brilliant. It works, and they both do their own thing individually brilliantly well. The Stamper's Friend is a door system where you've got your lid. I knew that was going to happen with my magnets, but you would open that up, and you've got your foam on the inside. Gordon was using this again. You've got your grid on the inside. Your foam mat if you're using unmounted stamps. Take it out if you're using rubber mounted because they're thicker, obviously. Cling them on here and press them down. Gordon will use it later on. This isn't really a demonstration, but I just wanted to give you a quick tour just in case you'd never seen it before. But it's magnetic on the back as well. Now, you do get 4 magnets with it. It's the larger round magnets. Personally, I find these fine, but some people have said, they want smaller magnets, so Gordon and Justin have made a smaller pack of magnets for you. That's a whole other story. We'll get to that in a minute. But for now, the Stampers Friend, it's brilliant value with £3 off, making it £24.99 plus delivery. 710621 to make your stamping so much easier. Now it's the little baby magnets. Now I put that one there. We've got a set of oblong as well as round magnets. So you get 4 of the oblong and 4 of the round. Let me just separate the oblong out. Here's a picture of them. There you go. 801655. Looks like a really cool sculpture you might get in a shopping centre somewhere, doesn't it? £9.99 plus delivery to get your Stampers Friend small magnets there. Or some shiny ice cream. 801655. So that's your Stampers Friend extra magnets to order today on the phone or the web. Yeah, so the stamps as well are on the show. These are the Christmas stamps. They're fabulous quality, these. There's some lovely classic imagery in them. You're getting all 3 sets with a nice tidy saving. A whopping £8 off, making it under £10 to get all 3 sets of your clear stamps here. It's the Time for Christmas set where you've got your Merry Christmas in your wreath down here. You've got your Christmas tree sprig there with your baubles. You've got a little sign here, that's one of my favourites there for the North Pole. Classic image of the candle, lovely image of the bird. Too, just there, little robin redbreast, and then you've got your Christmas trees up here as well as your extra pine cone and single candle down there. 970992 is your item number, and you're getting all 3 sets, 17 stamps, and big ones as well. You can see the size of them there for just £9.97 plus delivery. Great value. So shop by brand for Be Creative, and you'll find lots and lots of things. But on the show today, you'll see these paper pads. It's a big set, this, where per sheet, you wouldn't even believe me, 72 sheets for £9.97. You're saving £8. 292961. First things first, should we flick through one of them? To show you. It's 14 pence a sheet, and you're getting lovely images in there, like the sheet music, the extra sort of details of the spots on that page, and you can see layers in them as well. Like even just to take the spotty page here, you've got the sort of like the grid design behind, and then this you've got your script at the sides, but blending in with your chevrons. So it's not a lazy design, you know, where you think, oh yeah, that was just a one-trick pony. You've got so much going on, and even just on this one sheet, you've got extra things like toppers and even little sentiments and tags as well. Yeah, very very usable pad that, and more than one of each design is in there as well. You've got, I think it's 4 of each design. No, 6 of each, I apologise. 4 designs, 180 grams and on that pad. There we go, so I'll pop that back. But have a look on the website for the images of those paper pads and more. It's £9.97 for the set of 3, making it 14p a sheet, 292961. And then just to mention a couple of other bonuses here on the shows, the refills of the magnetic boards for your storage case are over here. The set of 6 that you're getting here will fit in this box here. So if you've got one of these, they fit perfectly with the cutout, the recess for your handle. If you haven't already got one of these, we do have them on the show, and they're fully hinged at the back, despite being made of really strong plastic anyway. If that was just a sort of bendy bit of plastic, it'd be fine, but that's actually a full-on hinge there. And they do stack as well. This base is sort of moulded to fit in with that shape on the top, so you can stack them up at home. If you want to lock them or seal them maybe with a quick sort of cable tie or something similar, you can do that with these click fittings. I haven't closed it properly actually there, I do apologise there. Hang on, those click fittings just go on there like so, yeah? See that. Yeah, you can put your cling boards on there for your stamps, and you can keep your dies in those. It's £11.99 plus delivery for the set of refills. It's 930075. Oh, you can get 2 storage boxes today, and you get 6 of the inserts in there already. As ever, you can fit so many dies in there, so you will fit the 6 plus an extra 6 in there, I'm sure. 937720 to order, and they're nice and sparkly, as ever, with Be Creative. It's not just something's done simply. It's like something extra. Just like the dye cleaning brush that's sparkly as well.
Oh, you'll love the new Whizzy tool on New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah, that's the pick of the day, New Year's Eve launch.
Yeah,
the new special edition Whizzy tool that Justin will be showing you. Wonderful.
Watch out for that then. One-day special on New Year's Eve, is it?
New Year's Eve, and we're here New Year's Day. Yeah.
So a one-day special launching New Year's Eve 6 p.m. and then on to New Year's Day as well.
the new special edition Whizzy tool.
Is it sparkly? I wonder. We'll have to
not quite, but it's very nice.
All right. Stay tuned. Gordon from Be Creative here. A really good shop. If you want to shop by brand, Be Creative on Hochanda.com. It's a good place to go.
Right, I just want to show people the differences between the stamp press and the stamper's friend.
Yeah.
To be dead honest with you, I know everything's money at this time of year, but if you can afford it, it's good to have both things because they both do different things, Matt.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful card layout tool, and because you get two, you can use one for doing your corners and borders and the other one for doing your centre, and it lets you plan your card out before you even begin. But I just wanted to give people just a little look at what this actually does. So I put a stamp on here, Matt, and I'm going to do this little technique I always do, which we call symmetrical stamping.
Yeah.
So we put the Christmas tree stamp on the back, but we put it on the wrong way round.
Okay, this is interesting. It's troubling me, but anyway,
I like to do some strange things. So remember, any stamp you have that looks roughly the same shape on both sides, you can do this technique. Simple as that. So we'll ink up the stamp on the wrong side.
I love this technique. I've only ever seen you do this once, Gord, but I love it.
It always amazes Dave as well. He's quite intrigued by this.
He's
but it's so simple.
Today, he's easily
so turn it over. Now, if you're laying out a card, you can look through the grid here.
Yeah.
If you have a glass mat with a grid, you can line it up with the grid on there to get perfect precision. And only when you're ready to do so do you stamp. Because at the moment, I can do that. I can bounce it over as many times as I want. No stamp image. Because it's held above the card with the foam pads. So it's only when we're ready to stamp that we stamp. Okay, so then you take your time, you line it up. When you're ready, you simply press it down, release it, and the stamp pops back off your card. So you can't distort your image. We're taking in, I can't think how you could possibly do it. So look, what we have done, we've stamped that. And remember, I'm just trying to show you something unusual. We used the reverse of the stamp because this is one of those stamps that is almost the same on both sides. So you can make like a background with the back of the stamp, and then we turn the stamp over the right way. So what we do now is we put the stamp over the image again, line it up like that. You then take your stamp press, again, line it up with your card, using the grids, when you're happy and you've got it centred, you press down and you pick the stamp up.
I'm relieved the tree is the right way up now with the Be Creative logo as well, because it was actually, not only was it the back, but it was...
Was it?
It was really troubling me,
I'm only an amateur, Matt, you know. Right, so we're now going to ink up the proper side of the stamp, the side that everyone would normally ink up.
Gordon, you said this a couple of times, but if you've got a stamp that's a similar outline on the back as it is on the front,
then that's symmetrical, isn't it? So even if you have like an oval, a square, a rectangle, or an oblong, they will look the same shape on both sides. Use the back as like your background, and then stamp the front over it, which is what we're doing now. So we now line that. Let's hover back over the first image we did. Okay, look through your grids, line everything up properly, and only when you're happy to do so, stamp. Press down and release, and it pops back up. So that's our second one, but we're not finished. I'm going to do it a third time as well. So let's go with a different colour. And because we have the grids, because we're lining it up with everything, we can lay it over precisely. Let me just line that up again. There we are. We can see what we're doing. And there you have it. Now that's a very, very simple technique. We call that symmetrical stamping, using both sides of a stamp. But the beauty of it is you will never distort the image because the board hovers above your card, gives you time to make sure everything's right before you decide to press it down and stamp. You cannot distort your image. So that's how the stamp press works. Very, very simple technique. Very simple.
Rather than hovering, I mean, there's a stamping method for everybody, and there might be those that say, well, do you know what, I've used acrylic blocks, but I've got to the point where, do you know what, I think I might just give myself that extra stress-free angle.
All the shows we've done lately, I have sat down, I've lined everything up, and I've asked people to sit down and do it themselves. They all look at me and horror, oh no, I can't do it, I can't do it. I said, well, you have to do it. If you do it yourself, you'll know you can do it, and then you might be interested. So I said, no point me showing you, and then you go home and you can't do it. They sit down doing it, and their eyes just light up. They cannot believe they can stamp again after all those years. We've had that happen so many times.
It's the Wonder Press, and you can get hold of 2 of them today with £6 off, making it $11.99. Your saving is a lot there, £6 off, but only today, as far as we know, saving over 30%. Who knows how long these offers last after time in terms of levels and availability. 578681 is your item number to order that on the twin pack.
So with the Stamper's Friend, we can do a similar thing. The Stamper's Friend, the base is just bigger than A5, and the number one question we get asked, oh, does that mean we can only do up to that size? No, it doesn't. It means you can do whatever size you want, up to a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. You can do long banners or anything. So then people will say, well, how can you do that? Surely if your card overlaps the edge, which is raised, we're going to get a mark. No, you don't.
You don't, as you're going to prove, your A4 card now is out of the
in
edge.
actual fact, we need the border all the way around, because you'll see in a second how I move the stamp as little as possible, and I actually use the edge of the Stamper's Friend tool and the card to do most of the work. So simple. So let's show people again. Okay, let me just move these out of the way. So we have an A4 piece of card on there at the second. Okay. I'm going to take my stamp. Again, this is in the Christmas set. Do you know what am I going to do after Christmas when I can't use this stamp anymore? I love this stamp.
Well, we're always making for Christmas all the way through the year.
I love this stamp. Well, never mind. I'll have to think of something else. OK, so we pick that up. Simple as that. Right, we're going to use 2 colours. Let me think what we can use. I think we'll stick to the red and the purple. OK? Now, the beauty of this is as well, if you don't put enough ink on your stamp the first time, you can stamp it as many times as you like, and you can use different colours because it stays in the same place. Everything is held firmly in place by these incredibly strong magnets. Okay, so off we go. Okay, and all you do...
You can get the extra small magnets as well, because that's the only bit of feedback you got, wasn't it, Gordon? That people said, well, you know, could
for doing small pieces of card. That's right.
So yeah, you can get your small magnets if you want. Magnets on their own. Details on the screen at the moment there. 801 just over there. 655 to order. You get 4 of the oblong and 4 of the round.
So we stamped that with 2 different colours, but we're not going to now... To do that, you think, well, surely you have to move the stamp. Remember what we said. These grids are raised. Incidentally, these are not made of paper. These are actually part of the mould, so they won't wear off. And what we're going to do now is we use the sides of the tool, and we turn the card, and we bat it up against the side again, OK? Very simple technique, this. Instead of moving... There comes a point where we have to move the stamp, as you will see, but we try and move the stamp as little as possible. OK? Again, over. Just press down gently. Again, it doesn't take much force either, Matt.
You can just use the weight
over
of the...
again. Yep. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now...
It's a very detailed pine cone. That's in our Christmas
that way.
Today for $9.97. You get the Christmas stamps.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do this time, Matt. I'm going to get you to do it.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. Because people think, oh, he knows what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't really, actually.
Yeah, I'm fairly new to it all.
Okay.
It's just in the last couple of years.
Oh, one other thing.
Which pad was it?
Start with it. One other thing. Can you see how I've got the ink on the lid?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about it is the lid never touches your card. Don't worry too much. I mean, obviously, wipe your ink off when you finish.
It's just there,
But for the moment, don't panic. That will not touch the card.
And that overstamping there, if you were on a loose block...
It would touch your card.
It would go onto the card. You just sort of rock it on.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There we go. So I don't need to worry about that. I'm happy. I've inked that up. I'm happy.
Not too much, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I've over-inked it. Don't over-egg the pudding.
So over you go, and then just press. That's it.
Is that in the right place for you?
Yep. Then just press down gently on the image all over.
There we go.
Then open it up.
Not too much ink.
No.
Hopefully not, anyway. Am I happy with that? No, I haven't pressed enough there.
No, that's all right, Matt.
I'm going to press there.
You can ink it up a second time anyway.
Yeah.
So this
There wasn't enough
the
ink
best
there,
way to ink up your stamp is by patting it like that. But remember, you don't have to worry because you can ink it up and stamp over it as many times as you like.
Okay.
Yep.
So I've served you well there, Gordon. Because
second colour.
I've shown that. Oh, and there as well. Look, I want to just press, you know, there for a bit, and if not, yeah, there you go.
There's your second colour.
That's
this
a good
time,
demonstration.
just pat it,
It's the best demonstration
gently
of the day.
all over, just willy-nilly, not too much.
What, like
that would
much? Because we only want a smattering of colour this time.
we're just adding a hint of a second colour. Yeah.
Okay. My nails
and then just press down and just go like that over the top of your image. Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. That's it. Right, so we're now going to do the other corner, and again we're going to turn the card.
I just want to turn it around
all the way around.
And
again,
put it up at the end of that.
Yeah, that's it. Same place as it was before.
Right, pop the magnets down.
Same again. Do the red one first if you like.
Pat it over here like this.
Yeah, it's easier to do it that way rather than rub it over.
Was I rubbing it over? I didn't mean it.
Right.
Was I? Did I do that with it?
We'll get you to talk. Don't worry. That will do. And then down again.
That'll do.
And just press down and rub over the top of the stamp. Just make sure you pressed every part. That's it. You don't have to press too hard.
Mm-hmm. It's not an acupuncture session, is it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Then your second colour, your purple again. Okay, and you
Demonstration of the day.
I'm going to make you work here, Matt.
Tune in for another one of these tomorrow at the same time at 10:48. There'll be another demonstration of the day.
Now then, at this point, to do the rest, you might think, oh, we've now got to move the stamp. No, we don't. Not yet. What we're going to do now is move the card over there and bat it up to this side now.
Move the project, yeah.
So we had it over there. Remember, we're trying to move the stamp as little as possible. Now, if you like, you can bring over your lid gently.
And just see.
And check it without touching. You can go,
no,
yep, that's fine. So now you've done that.
Do you want to do it? Are you happy to do it?
Off you go again.
Right, then,
the red, then the purple.
Right.
That's it, not too much. You don't have to use so much ink, but never
That was
mind.
like a clippity-clop sort of moment, wasn't it, there? There we go.
That's it. And then the purple again, when you've done that.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah, down with the purple.
Bit of the purple.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That would do. Same again.
Down.
Yeah. And guess what you're going to do now?
I'm going to turn it over.
Yep, take the magnet, turn the card
and
around,
get it
bat it
over
up to this
here.
side.
There.
That's
And
it.
now we're going to go down onto that bit there.
Back on, and off you go again. Remember, we have still not, we've now stamped
We've not
1,
actually
2, 3.
moved the stamp.
Still not moved that stamp. Nope.
Down.
Yeah. Then your second colour.
I do love my stamper's friend that I've got at home, actually. I do love it. Gordon, I do.
Some purple.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep. And stamp.
8, 9.
Now, we've now got to the stage where we do have to move the stamp.
Yeah.
No matter what we do, there doesn't come a point where we have to do it. But it's very simple.
So powerful demonstration is showing that we're doing it on a piece of A4 card, which is bigger than the actual stamper's friend. So that, in essence, could be a piece of wrapping paper all the way over here. It could be a piece of wallpaper even. But I know I'm speaking in the extreme now, but there's potential. If you wanted to, you could. It's not, you're not limited by the frame on the stamper's friend.
There really is no limit, Matt, to how big you can go. So I've now moved, and remember this is we stamp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times without actually moving the stamp.
So that's only 2 more.
Because you use the sides of the tool by moving the card, And now you're ready. If you take the lid over and pick the stamp up.
Oh yeah, we need to pick it up first, don't we?
Just take the lid over, just press
squish
gently.
it down.
And
We're
pick
lifting the stamp up now.
And
there
off you go again.
And it's sort of made an impression.
That doesn't matter because you're going to stamp the same place anyway.
Yeah, cool beans.
Yes.
Demonstration of the day. Brought to you by Be Creative.
What people can't see at home, there's a whole load of people in the studio here watching Matt right now.
Yeah.
Thinking, is he going to do this properly or
not? Is he going to manage it? Or is it going to be one of the outtakes that makes him famous next year amongst those that work at Hochanda and watch it?
No, you're doing really well. It's looking good.
Thank you so much, Gordon.
That's
Thank
all
you.
right. Guess what you're going to do next?
I'm going to turn my card around.
You're going to turn the card, so I'll let you do that.
Okay, I'm going to take away my
Pick your magnets
1,
up.
2, separate them out because I don't want them attracting to each other.
Yeah.
And then I want to
back up to that corner. That's
and
it.
I want to put my magnets down.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
I want to re-ink.
And off you go again.
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And bring that down.
Yep.
Go boom.
That's it. And then you take it. You can, as I say, you can use as many colours as you want. It's up to you what you want to do as regards this. Just
Thank you so much for letting me do this, Gordon. Thank you.
It's great. It's all right. Now then, what are you going to do next? Because you have the sides, the top and the bottom to do. Can you think what you're going to do now?
Yeah.
Well, what you're going to have to do now, we still don't want to move that stamp. So we move the card. Now again, bring it over very gently. Can you see that that's perfectly positioned? Yeah. So we don't have to move the stamp. How many times have we moved that stamp so far?
This is only the
You've only moved it. You've moved it once to do a whole project. That's all you've done, and off you go again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, 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 boom. I've stroked it a bit there. Sorry.
That's okay.
There we are.
That's it. The second one.
And notice I'm getting quicker as well.
Yeah. And then you know what you're going to do next.
Indeed, I do.
You can actually turn the card with the
try and do it
magnets
with
on it. Yeah, it does work. There's a bit of an act to it, but there we go.
There we are.
Saves time. There we go.
I even use a double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this is an A4 piece of card, and I say it's the number one question I get asked all the time. Can you do a bigger card because of the size of the tool? And there is no limitation on what you can actually do.
Despite the frame, on the measurement, you can still stamp outside it. And we, importantly, haven't created a crease.
No. So we've done that, and now we'll do something in the centre, yeah? So let's just...
It's very rare that you'd make an A4 size piece of artwork or card.
And I don't think
the fact that you can is good.
Yeah, there's not that many people actually do an A4 card anymore. So I'm just positioning that on there now. And we're now going to do something right in the centre of the card. So let's have a look. What do we have? Here we are. Here's my wonderful snowman.
Oh.
I'll do this for you if you like. You did very well, Matt.
For me? I did that last bit for you.
A gold star.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do you remember those days when you used to get stars?
I do.
I've still got my old jotters, you know.
You still got your old...
I've still got my old school jotters.
Really?
I have,
One of those?
Right, so we've now got the snowman, and we're going to do multicoloured stamping, multi-layering. So the first thing I'm going to pick out the tree with the green. Yeah. So I'm just going over the green, and let's stamp that. So we've done the tree. I'm going to add just a touch of brown to the centre of the tree, just by dabbing it very gently. Press that again. Open up, so we've added a little bit of brown. I'm now going to take the red for the snowman. Let's just go over the snowman. And when you're doing this, it doesn't matter if you like the tree, for example, we've just done. It doesn't matter if you touch it, because all the colours look wonderful together anyway. We've done that. We will take one more colour. Is that my purple there? Okay. And again, we'll just go roughly.
You're going to give it a bit of a shading, a highlight.
We're just giving it a bit of a highlight.
Yeah.
And, of course, we haven't done his hat, have we? Let's find this little bit of brown.
So, again, you can layer it with...
There's like a squirrel on top of his hat.
Yeah.
There we go. Just
1 minute left, Gordon.
1 minute left,
Yeah,
oh
sorry.
my God.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I got carried away, I'm so sorry.
But there we are, look. That is an
That's a
A4.
lovely
What
card,
to
it's
show
big,
people,
yeah.
Matt, there are no lines, there are no marks.
Yeah,
The whole thing is perfect.
Look at it that way, no creases, no lines, despite the stamper's friend rather usefully having, because we do need the frame all the way around it.
We
there
do
for
use
three
the frame.
sides.
Yeah, we really do.
Use the frame.
Yeah.
So despite that, you need the frame, but the frame is not a limitation to the size of the project that you
It's
can
perfect.
do.
You can do anything you want.
A major question answered on the stamper's friend. It's an amazing piece of kit, and like I said, I'm very happy to own mine as well. So it's from the heart. £24.99 plus delivery gets you your stamper's friend. It comes beautifully boxed as well if you're giving away as a gift. 710621. Very importantly, we must mention the fact that you get your sparkle boxes to store your dies. They are very busy at the moment with magnetic sheets. Gordon, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, the time just goes, doesn't it? Let Leonie Loose is next. We've got Crafting with Clarity. Maria is in the building in an hour's time. And then Stamping with Crafter's Companion at 1 p.m. Sheena's here for the one-day special, you see. Also Crafting Markets on Sky, 676.
Hello, I'm Shelley from Craft Creations. Craft Creations has been around for 30 years. It started off in the director's bedroom, just a few card blanks, and we've grown and grown. We now manufacture die-cut decoupage, we do our printing, we manufacture card blanks and peel-off stickers as well. We love coming on Hochanda to bring you all of our products to show you just how